Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. Hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Sometimes I wonder if I should have the starting scene run a little bit longer, just to allow people to, join and see that I'm live and all that fun stuff, but I don't know. I like just getting into it. Oh no, I'm still showing PoE as a title on Twitch. Dang it. I always do that. But because of the way that Twitch works, even if I change it, it will still, in the end, say that it was Path of Exile 2. So, I'm going to stop my live on Twitch, change it, and then go live again, and I think that'll fix it. I think. Yeah, so everyone on Twitch, I'll be right back. And on YouTube, just give me a second. So, let's, TK Gamers, welcome. I'm gonna be ending on Twitch for just a second. I'm gonna change the stuff, and I'll be right back. So, we're gonna stop Twitch. We're going to edit this. Let's see if I can get this figured out in like 2 minutes. Gotta hurry. Okay, so if we come over here, go videos. We go over here. Bear with me. We come over here. We grab that, and then we go back over here to edit. Paste that. Going live. Category. Software. And game development. Done. Okay. And then we start on Twitch. Let's see what happens. Alright, then we reload player. Okay, I think we're live on Twitch again. Maybe. Hopefully. We'll see. I don't know, it's loading. Okay, I'm gonna give a thumbs up, see if I can see it. Maybe. We'll see what happens. For now, we're just gonna get started, so I don't leave everyone hanging. So, welcome back. Maybe? Oh, failed to connect to stream. Why? Connecting. Come on, Twitch. You got this. You got this, OBS. I believe in you. Let's see what happens. Oh. It's changing. It's doing stuff. I'm gonna go to the dashboard. Manage stream. Okay. I think we're live. Yes, we're good to go. Okay, there we go. All right, great start on this Monday morning. I just need to remind myself that on Fridays I need to switch back to the software and game development. So, welcome back. Glad you could be here. Ran into a weird issue. OBS just did not want to start the stream for some reason. But we're good. We're good. All right, welcome everyone. Glad you could be here. We are going to get started. I guess this was enough for people over on YouTube to join. And yeah, hopefully everyone over on Twitch will also join. So, welcome. Glad you could be here. Last week was a great week. Got so much done. I actually created a devlog and uploaded it over to YouTube over the weekend. I guess it was just yesterday. And yeah, kind of went over all of the stuff that we did. But you may notice, if you are a frequent viewer, that there's now a finished weekly tab, and that is because I'm going to be adding everything that we finish in the week to this tab, and then I'll move it over to old afterward. That way we can have a good idea of what we did, what we worked on during the week, so I'm just going to quickly do that. But yeah, so as you can see with all of the great finished it during the weeks, so we had a lot of bugs that we fixed. A lot of those were just from the new features that we implemented. But yeah, got the dice mechanics working, so there's now rows 4 and 5, so you can actually utilize all 15 spaces. Loki, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. How was your weekend? Updated the bestiary to work in the database, so that was fantastic. Also making it so the quests are in the database. I think we kind of finalized the actual dice leveling up your spells, so I've got that all finished up. The updated the spellbook concept, but also got the actual spellbook just working in general. got the shop system working, also got the quick buy and sell function working, got the safe room basically done, the updating the player movement so you can finally exit the floor and move to the level progression scene, and actually finishing the level progression scene. So, it was a big week, all sorts of stuff that we finished and accomplished. It was great. So, what was that guy's name? Pharaoh Inkling. Yes, Pharaoh Inkling. F-E-R-O Inkling. I would spell out Inkling, but I am horrible at spelling when I'm not, like, actually reading the letters. So, like, trying to spell things out in my mind, terrible at it. Absolutely terrible. But yeah, Pharaoh Inkling. I believe... I'm guessing you're bringing him up, TK Gamers, because he was the one that suggested to do the frog, right? Loki says, good, I got the quest loop working. Nice. So now when you complete the quest, you go back to the map and pick a new one. That's awesome. It always feels good to finally get that loop finished. I don't know why getting like an actual game loop finished is so difficult, but it can be. It really can be. So that is fantastic. I'm glad you finally got that loop finished, and that's nice that you go back to the map when you do finish. TK Gamer says, yeah, I'll wait until he shows up. Yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah, I'm excited to see what you worked on over the weekend. I'm excited to see, hopefully, your frog, if you're able to get it. If you weren't able to get it, that's fine. As long as you didn't give up on the actual modeling itself, you just had to move on and do another animal, that's totally fine as well. Okay, well, let's just jump into it. So, one thing that I realized over the weekend, as I was making my devlog, that we have wrong is this right here. So make safe room, take you to level select instead of dungeon. So I realized, as of right now, the way that it works, and I'm gonna have to try and remember. Okay, so we have to go through the whole thing. We're just gonna go over here to the level select screen, just to give, show what I'm talking about. So on the level select screen, if you're in here, and let's refresh this. Okay, so if you're in here, if you select the safe room to go to, which is fantastic, you can select that, you go to the safe room, bada bing, bada boom, you're good to go. But if you click leave, it takes you to a dungeon, right? But it should not do that because you haven't selected which way you're going. So if you select here, and then it takes you to a dungeon afterward, it's just taking you to like a random dungeon here. So what you should happen, I think what we should have work, is if you select here, you're doing the whole safe room. I mean, I guess we could just say it just leaves you in a dungeon. So like the safe room is basically the beginning of that dungeon, and then, or the beginning of the floor. And then when you go in, I guess technically we could just have it be like that. Yeah, maybe we'll just leave it as is. We'll just have it be, when you select a safe room, it takes you to a safe room, but then when you leave the safe room, it just takes you just into another, just a plain dungeon, a plain floor like this would be. So yeah, maybe we'll just leave it like that. I was thinking it was going to be a bigger issue, but now that I'm actually sitting here thinking about it, I guess it does make sense that it would just be just a regular floor after the safe room. All right, so never mind. We don't need to do that. We can just say, we'll just say, never mind. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We'll just leave it like that. So, there we go. That's one down. I guess we can just put it in canceled. Not one down. But I think what we're going to be doing is, oh, that's right. So there was a bug. We actually need to specify that this is a bug. So the safe room, ooh. There we go. So the safe room, for some reason, it is like randomly showing the player's image. I don't know why. So we need to figure that out. So if we come in here. Oh, actually, I think I know what it is. There we go. Okay, yep. I forgot. I have the variable. It randomly sets the player's model to between 1 and 20, because that's what we've got. So we come in here to images, pictures, then we come down to here. So you've got 1 through 20. That's the characters you can pick, 1 through 20. And so I set this to do a random between 1 and 20 because when we were testing the safe room, we needed to make sure the player image was there. And yeah, now that we know that it's working, I think what we need to do, so do we still have, yes, so there's the loop. Do we still have any if statements? I don't think we do. Which is fine. So I think what we're going to do, because I kind of want to leave this, so after testing, we shouldn't need this anymore, but, oh, sorry, I have missed so many of your messages. TK Gamers, I'll wait till he shows up, but for some reason the texture can't be seen. Yeah, that's really weird. I know that it was doing that on the last model you had me look at, so not the lamps, but the model before that. The motorcycle. I don't know why the texture's not showing up. Can't really help you there. I don't know that system at all. I'm making a 3D parkour type of game right now. Maybe I will try to make a rage game. Make it a rage game. Don't know what you mean by a rage game. I'm assuming, oh, is it one of those ones where, like, as you're going through, it's like things are intentionally there to make you mad? Like, it looks like you should jump, but when you jump, like an arrow pops out or a spike pops out and kills you. If that's the case, those games are very addicting. But they're also, yes, very, very rage-inducing as well. Oh, here's what we can do. This will be an easy fix. So let's do conditional branch if the player model, what is that? Player model is 63. So if variable 63 player model, nope, not Blackjack, player model is equal to 0. So if the player has not picked anything yet, then do that. That'll be easy enough. That way, if you are just coming into the safe room just without a player model, it'll give you a random player model, testing purposes only. And then if you go through everything, so if you go through the intro map, let's just test it really quick just to make sure. But it should just be, if you don't have a player model, set a player model. If you do, great. So everyone keep in mind what we looked like. We're this purple guy with the gold armor. Let's come down here and check. We got 36, so let's head over to room 38. Should hopefully be easy enough. Yeah, once we get this bug out of the way, then we'll start with the other stuff. 38, we need to go way over to the left. Ooh. I also need to increase the size at which you can place dice in the inventory. Because right now you have to be so precise, it's kind of frustrating, but it should be, if you're over here at all, you should be able to place it. So 38 is going to be, I think, down and to the left. Nope, went too far over. There we go. Dang it, no, it's up, over, there we go. Oof, my own dungeons are killing me. Okay, we activate it, we go over here. Of course, there's no safe room. That's okay, we will jankify this just a little bit, so we can come down here and edit the variables. Room decor, room traps, level selection, level section 1, node 1. Okay, so 100. What we need to do is just say section 2, node 2 is currently a 0, so if we set that to a 4, we should be able to come here, and it'll be the safe room. There we go. Okay, we're still the same person. Fantastic. Awesome. Incredible. All right, there we go. That bug is fixed. Easy enough. Okay, we're also going to add one more bug. Make dice area release sections bigger. We're not going to work on that right now, because it's not game breaking. It's not a game breaking bug, but right now the way that it works is it's literally you have to be in this section here. If you are not in this section when you release the dice, it doesn't actually drop in here. What we need to do is increase it by like 4 pixels, so if you're within this area and you release it, then it lets you actually put in your inventory. That way, excuse me. That way, basically anywhere in this section, you are covered. There's not ever going to be any dead zones for, oh, well, you didn't put it precisely in this area. You kind of got this little bit of a dead space here, so we're going to snap back to where we were. That would just be frustrating, so we're going to fix that. Eventually. Have you ever seen Only Up Getting Over It? Okay, yeah, that kind of game. That makes sense. Yes, those kinds of games also are very rage-inducing. I thought you were talking about something like, what was it called? It's like the Impossible Game? Oh, the Impossible Game. No, not the Impossible Game. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, I thought you were talking about a game where like it's a platformer and you can like see that there's danger, and so you're like, you know, you would run and jump to like try and avoid it, but then when you jump, something like off screen comes and kills you. So then you have to remember that it's like, okay, I can't jump that early on, I have to jump later, all that fun stuff. So, Pharaoh Inkling, welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. What is that, a duck? Bunch of ducks shaking their butts. I like it. I like it. TK Gamers was waiting for you to show up. He's pretty excited. Yeah, it's a duck. Okay. I realized, so last week you had posted like a duck holding a knife when we were talking about, I think it was when we were talking about JSON or something like that. And I didn't realize what it was. I just thought it was like a duck. And then after small, okay. But yeah, after the stream, I like went back into the chat because I was like trying to find something. Yes, that one. I just thought it was a duck, and so I'm like, oh, a duck, okay. And then when I actually looked closer, I was like, oh, that duck is holding a knife, and he's upset. So it finally made sense after the stream. So, yeah, I think I just need to like increase. I don't know. So I bought a monitor because all I had before, I had like a 27-inch monitor, which worked fine. It was great. But at my last job, I had a 35-inch ultra-wide monitor, and I absolutely loved it for productivity. So I went on eBay over the holidays and like found one, and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna get it because it's so much nicer to have an ultra-wide when you're trying to. So anyway, so all of my chats are like on the far side of my monitor, and sometimes it's hard to see. Anyway, all of that, that was just a random side tangent. So glad you're here, Pharaoh Inkling. Welcome, welcome. TK Gamers, did you want to share the link to your 3D model that you made over the weekend? We can take a look at it, and then we'll jump into all of this stuff, because we are going to be making the spellbook function. I'm going to say today, because it may actually take all day, because there's a lot we're going to have to do. So not only do we need to make it so you can make all of this functional, so you can pick up and put down, you won't be able to pick up the dice up here. So these ones are set in stone. So these will be the base of all the spells. So the fire, ooh, that reminds me. I think I finally decided on, if I can find, what is it? New spellbook. There we go. I think I finally decided on the actual spell names. I think. We're going to see if they're actually going to stick, but I'm thinking Pyro, Geo, Necro, and Hydro. So fire, earth, like poison, dark, it's like necromancer type stuff, and then hydro, water. So I think that's what we're gonna go with. So, let's see. Okay, so there's the link. Wrong link. It'll work too. Okay, yeah, I will pull that up. Tamatani Kyoko. I think we decided that I was just gonna call you Kyoko. I think. But welcome to the stream. You say, I'm currently taking a break from my long session recently, so I need a breather for a moment now. Well, hopefully you can get a breather here. We're just going to be hanging out and working on a spell system. So, welcome. Glad you could be here. Now, let's pull this up on Sketchfab. Okay, so this is for your whole thing. Well, let's just pull that up. We can do that. All right. And you've got a lot going on. Here we go. Free cartoon-ish frog. Love the name. 3D model. Hey, there we go. Got a nice hat on there. All right, so TK Gamers, you gotta tell me, did you make all of this? Like, frog, the hat, all of that stuff? Was the hat from something else? But yeah, that is looking fantastic. I love the eyes. I like how bulbous they look. It is very cartoony, very stylized, so great work there. I love the smile, like, reaches ear to ear. I don't know what this part on the frog is called, but like the little, like, I don't know, the croaking part of the frog. Oh, see the disclaimer? The cap is owned by... Okay. So you took the cap and put it on top of the frog, and that is totally fine. I like it. The frog is the highlight, and having the hat on does not take away at all. I think it's kind of fun. I mean, I like the hat, but the frog itself looks fantastic. Love the webbing on the feet. That looks awesome. Yeah, you did some really good work here. I like it. Very nicely done. Absolutely fantastic. And the MWG stands for me. I appreciate it. I do like, yeah, the Moonwood Gaming. Fantastic. I love it. Yeah, that's awesome. Great work. Absolutely fantastic. The frog took all of my team. Yeah, I mean, I love all the little details. Time, yeah. I figured you were meaning something like that. I was like, you got a team of people behind you? No, that is fantastic. I like it. The eyes too, I really like. I like that you didn't just go with like simple circles or the pupils on the eyes. Instead of like the little eyelid there. Yeah, that looks awesome. You did fantastic. So, see, look at that. You put your mind to it, you put in the time, put in the effort, and you made a fantastic model of a frog. You did great. Awesome work. Very, very nice. Okay, so the spell system. Yes, the spells. I think that's how we're gonna go. So Pyro, Geo, Necro, and Hydro. Because I'm thinking you are going to be a Mancer. So basically a mage, but then you specialize. You don't necessarily have to specialize, because like we've said before, you'll be able to just put your dice and build out your spells how you want. But yeah, so you're a Mancer. So you're a Pyromancer, a Geomancer, a Necromancer, and a Hydromancer. So I think that's what we're gonna go with. I think that'll give us the most variety of spells that you can make. So the fire, the earth, the water, and then you can add the necro, so like the poison and like the dark parts to spells. I think it'll be fun. Anyway, so the idea is, TK Gamer says, I think I could do it way better if I make it on my PC. What do you mean on your PC? What did you make it with before? You weren't using your phone, were you? That'd be crazy. Or are you just meaning like you were using a laptop, or just using something else? So yeah, so the base idea is these are like the foundations of the spells. You can't change those. So these will be your fire, your earth, your dark, and your water. And then these will be the sections you can actually change, swap in and out, create the spells that you want. I think it'll be great. So your phone with Prisma 3D. That is crazy. I cannot even imagine trying to 3D model on my phone. So the fact that you did that, absolutely fantastic. But the great thing about that is you created the frog. You kind of have a good idea. And so if you were to ever revisit it and you went back and if you were to try and recreate that frog again, but on your PC, you'd have a better idea of what you'd want to do, what you wouldn't want to do, what you would change, what you do better, differently, all that fun stuff. So, yeah, I would, 100% agree with Pharaoh Inkling. That is doubly impressive. You did that on your phone. But it also gives you a fantastic starting point because you can look back and be like, I made that kind of frog on my phone. Let's try and go with that same art style with a different animal, a different object, whatever it is. But you know that you can do it. And that's a great starting point. Just knowing that you're like, I did it once, I can do it again. And you can tell yourself, like, if you're like, you know what, I'm going to try it on PC next time and see if I can do it better, then that's an even better way to do it. So, very nice work. Absolutely impressed. TK Gamer says something easier than this next time, please. Yeah, you can get a little bit intricate with the frog, so yeah, there's definitely easier animals out there. I mean, I guess if you wanted to kind of stick with the same frog thing, you could try and do like a tadpole. The tadpole or tadpole? Now I'm... Tadpole. Yeah, tadpole. I don't know why I said tadpole. It's a tadpole, not a tadpool. Don't try and look up tadpole. You're not going to find anything. What's the next mission, boss? Yeah, if you wanted to stay in the same thing, because if you stay in the same vein, you could eventually make a frog pack. But yeah, you could do a tadpole if you wanted. Fair Inkling says the next one is clearly a 1-to-1 scale of the entire Earth. Get to work. You have 1 week. If it's not done by Monday, then yeah, 1-to-1 scale. Start it. Yeah, if you want to stick with the same theme, in that same vein of like frogs, you could do a tadpole. Tadpoles are much more easy. They're basically just a little ball with a little tail on the end. Would that be a tadpole? I don't know my frog evolution very well. I don't want to make living thing because of my religion. That is totally fine. Then I would say move out of the living. You could do different tools. Tools might be kind of fun if you were to make like a hammer, a saw, screwdrivers, things like that. That could be a fun one. More inanimate objects, but you could like build on it over time and eventually make a pack of 3D objects. That could be a good one to do if you're interested in something like that. Okay, so new spellbook function. Let us jump into this. So, what we need to do. Let's see, where are we at right now? Let's come over here to the safe room. I think we have the graphics themselves. Come in here to the spellbook. Yes. Okay, that's what. Oh, yes. Okay, so we kind of started on it last week, and that was we got the very basic concept of the design. We got the names working. That's right, and the damage. Yes, the names. That's right. So that's what we were gonna do. So with fire, you've got fire. So we're using the name, the nickname, and the profile. That is right. That's what we're gonna do. And then as you build on the spells, it would change either the name, the nickname, or the profile based on the spell elements you were adding. That is correct. Okay, that's where we were. Okay, I just had to get myself caught up and remember where we were on the process and all that fun stuff. So, at this point, I think what we need to do is getting it so you can actually put dice in here. So I believe, if I remember right, come over here to intro map. Let's grab these. So this is actually setting the initial fire stuff, and then we're going to come into the safe room, and in this same conditional branch, if there is no player model, set that. Let's also create a comment. Testing purposes only. Delete after development. There we go. That way we know we can just delete this whole thing when development's all done, but that will be a good spot for us to be able to test. And if we end up forgetting to actually delete it, it's all in this conditional branch, so if the player actually has a player model, which if you're playing the game, you will have created it in the beginning, so you won't have to worry about it, so it'll just bypass all of this, but it's unnecessary code that we don't need, that we could delete later if we needed to. Okay, so spellbook, there we go, perfect. So it's all, these are all the default locations for these spells, which is great. Now, what we need to do is we need to make it so you can put spells in these spots here. I think we also need to make it so that you can put the spells in that initial spot as well. Fairy Inkling says, I must return to work. Have a nice rest of your stream. Good luck, Fairy Inkling. Thank you so much for joining here in the beginning. I appreciate it. And good luck with work. TK Gamer says, toolkit like a box, a hammer, a screwdriver. Hope you guys call it a plus. Maybe? I can't think of a tool that would be called a plus. Is that a tape measure? Something to measure stuff with? But yeah, a toolbox like that. So I would say start off with whatever tool would be the most interesting to you, most fun to make, and then you can just build off of that. So like if you really wanted to make a hammer, start with the hammer first, put as much detail as you would want to. If you wanted to try and like get like some bump map stuff going with the handle and all that fun stuff, then you can go with that. And yeah, and you can just build off of it, and then eventually you could make a tool kit of 3D models that people could download and use. But yeah, I don't know what a plus would be as far as a toolkit goes. What does a plus do? How many tools should be there? Well, if you want to make it an actual like collection, I mean, I'd say you'd probably want 4 to 5. You know, whatever you'd find in a typical toolbox. So yeah, so a hammer, a screwdriver, a tape measure, a level. So just some basic things, I would say.
Thanks for the follow, Kemnick20.
What? Kemnick20. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Hopefully it's a good stream that's for you to join on, especially if you're new here. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. On it. See you tomorrow with the model. All right, TK Gamers, we'll see you tomorrow. Hope you have a good night. I know it's pretty late over there, so have a good night. I appreciate you being here. Okay, so placing the dice. We need to make it so you can actually add different elements to your spells. So first thing we need to do is make it so we actually need to make it so you can add them to these spots initially. So let's come over here. That is the button interactions. We need dice move. So if you pick up the dice, all of that should be correct. And then we've got released if you're in the shop, released if you're in the spell book. Yes, this is what we want. So bag slot 1. Okay, yes, so you do still need to be able to place objects in your inventory again. Have you seen this guy in your stream? Nepalv? Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, they followed last week, which was fantastic. Nepalv, if you're here, thanks so much for the follow. But I think they said something last week when they followed. I think I thanked them, and they were like, no problem. I think. But yes, I have at least seen them as far as being a follower. I don't know if I've actually seen any chats from Nepal. So we got slot 1-1 through 5-3. So we need all of those. Then adding dice to the spellbook. Yes, here's what we need. He is a YouTuber and a streamer. I'm subscribed to him on YouTube. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I should probably actually look into some of the people that have followed and see if they are also fellow streamers and see if I need to follow them back. But yeah, that's awesome. I had no idea. Okay, so fire dice. So this is just making it. Ooh, there's a lot here. Crap. Kind of forgot how much actually needed to be here. He makes game development live. Well, then I definitely need to give him a follow. Gotta stand with the community, support each other, you know? So, the reason why there is so much. So this is specific to the fire dice. So if you... That is just the fire dice. So everything in there that's highlighted, so from here all the way down to here. All of that is necessary because it's checking a lot of different stuff. So this specifically is just saying, as long as it's equal to 0, or if what you've picked up is equal to... Okay, so this is just checking, is the slot you're trying to release into empty, or is the same as what you have picked up? And then this is checking if it's greater than 0, but less than 20. So long as it's not already maxed out. Then, does all of this stuff, moves all the pictures, yada yada yada, adds 1 to fire damage. Okay. And then jump to end, and then else, if what you've picked up is greater than that, then what you're trying to put down into, then it does all of this. See you tomorrow. Have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow, TK Gamers. Hopefully you have a great night, and good luck with your day tomorrow. So all of that is necessary, which is fine. That's what we need. It is what we need. The problem is we're going to need to do this 2 more times. That's fine. That's fine. It's all right. It's all good. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's change this. So we need to change the X and Y. Because before it was just, hey, if you drop it anywhere in here, then it's just matching up what you've picked up with what spell, and it just kind of snapped into place. But that was back when it was the old section, and it was just whatever you dragged over here, it would just automatically apply to the correct element. But since you can combine elements now, we need to make sure you're actually dragging and dropping specifically where you're actually wanting it. So, with that, let's come over here, and we're going to say... So if the X is 328 and 96, so 328 and 96. And I think this is just X and Y values, right? No variables? Good. No variables, just X and Y values. Then if you are there to there, you are 400, 168. 400 and 168. Perfect. Okay, and then if dice type picked up is equal to 1. We're not going to do that, though. Yeah, we're not going to do that. So, let's grab you, through you, and you. We should be able to just kind of cut you. We're going to move you to the bottom here for now. Okay. Let's save that, just so we don't lose any progress. There's not a good way to reduce this thing, unfortunately. Because the thing is, like, if you are over in this spell section, right? You're dragging a dice from here, and you're dragging it over, and you don't put it quite right, we need it to be able to snap back here, which all of this code from here down to here is required. So it sucks, but it is what it is. So, let's do this. So, we've got add dice to spellbook. So this is specific to this slot here. So if you're in this area, we don't need to have dice picked up anymore. We should just be able to cut this and get rid of... Let's cut that. We're going to move this over to here. Fire dice, but this is going to be fire dice, dice 1-1. Yes. So we'll have 1-1, 1-2, 1-3. And then 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, so on and so forth. That's going to be how we differentiate what is what. Okay. Then we still need to check if 1061, which I believe variable 1061 is fire damage. Okay, so fire damage is equal to 0. Is that going to matter? I don't think we need to check for that. Or if dice picked up is equal to fire damage. I think we might change that statement. Think. And then if 1061 is greater than or equal to 0, and 1061 is less than or equal to 20. I don't think we need this if statement anymore. I think we can just go off of this one, right? No? We do still need this if statement, but we don't need this beginning part. We don't need to check if fire damage is equal to 0. But we can leave it, because it's technically not going to do anything. But once we get to fire slot 1-2, we will need it. We're just going to leave it there, and we'll call it. So if dice picked up is equal to fire damage. Yes, that should be correct. And then if fire damage is greater than or equal to 0, but less than or equal to 20. Okay, then it's going to move the picture 99 to... Let's find out where we need to move that thing to. Okay, so let's use this layer to figure out where that goes. I'm going to move you over to here. 364, 132. 364, 132. Then if fire damage is equal to picked up, add 1 to fire damage. Okay. Else, fire damage equals dice picked up. And then show picture 50, dice 1 dash. I don't think we're going to be able to use this same... With this section, we can use this same thing, but eventually, because when you can put whatever dice you want here and here, it's not going to work. But that's fine. That is a problem for very near in the future, Kevin. So this is 364 by 132, so 364 by 132. Then erases picture 99, moves picture... Crap, what was it? 364 by 132. Jump to end, and then if 18 is greater than fire damage, then pickup is greater than 364, 132. Spell swap variable equals fire damage equals dice picked up equals spell swap variable. And then show picture 50 at 368? 364. I am so bad at remembering these numbers for some reason today. 364, 132, and then show picture 99 at 364 and 132, and then move picture number 50 to 364, 192, 132, 364, 132, and then jump to free spot, find empty slot. Okay. I think that should be correct. So let's just grab this stuff, actually. So we don't want any of this here. So that's just going to break stuff. So let's test. Let's cut that. We're going to come over here, just throw that in there, just so we have it. But I think we're going to have to redo all of this because it's functioning so different from how we had. I don't think we can recycle the code, but let's see. That is useless. There we go. Okay, so we got a 1. Let's go to the spell book. Perfect. If we come in here and do that, it should make it a 2, which it does. Awesome. Okay. That works. Technically, we also shouldn't be able to pick that up, which we cannot, which is exactly what we want. We are going to need to be able to pick that up. But again, I think... Oh, wait, that's right. We need to... Yeah, let's get a 2. Come over to the spell book. Let's actually also get a 1. Spell book. Come in here, it should swap out, which it does. Still upgrade. Okay, so that's great. That's all dandy. But, like I was saying, I don't think we can reuse the code for these slots here. The reason being is that we need to, 1, be able to pick these up, which is fine. Maybe we can. Let's just get into it. We'll figure it out and see if we can. We do need extra variables, though. The reason being is because each one of those dice is going to be doing a certain amount of damage. And right now, we're only specifically saying we've got fire damage, spirit, water, poison. We're going to rename these now to Pyro. What was it? Geo. Necro. And Hydro. We want to make sure we're getting all of these correct now going forward. Okay, so Pyro, Geo, Necro, and Hydro damage. But the problem there is that that's only taking into account the 1 dice slot. It's what we had before, but we need to change that instead of taking into account spell slots there and there. And I think what we decided on is it would make the most sense for whichever is the... I mean, I guess we could stick with... Because I don't want you to get to the point where you can just have this crazy, over-the-top, ridiculously powerful spell. And so if you were to do something like, if you had 20, 20, and 20, it would do 60 damage total. Which is a lot. That is a lot of damage. I also don't want to just have it be like if you had, you know, a 15 in your fire and then you added a 6, suddenly your spell is only doing 6. I would want you to be able to reap the benefits of having a 15 and a 6 and do 21 damage. Yeah, so let's do this. We're going to change this. We're going to change this. The variables, we need it to be spell slot 1 damage. And we're going to do spell slot 2 damage, spell slot 3 damage, and spell slot 4 damage. So these will be the variables that are the all-encompassing damage of all 3 spell slots in your spell, adding up together, and that's what it'll be. So when you draw a card and you attack with that card, it will call on this variable, which will have combined all of the other spells. So that's how we're going to do that. Now the way we're going to do the other spell slots. Force and Stun Locked. Welcome. Glad you could be here. Thank you for the chat. Hopefully what we're working on and chatting about isn't too over the top and weird sounding. We're trying to get the spell book figured out. And yeah, it's a big one. It's a lot of stuff. Okay, so we're gonna do spell 1-1. Yes, here's how we're gonna do this. Okay, spell 1-1, 1-2, and 1-3. These are corresponding to 1-1, 1-2, 1-3. And then it'll be 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, 3-1, 2-3, 2, 3-3, so on and so forth. Let's just get those really quick. Spell 2-2. Might actually just faster just do this. Spell 2-3. Got spell 3-1. Spell 3-2 and spell 3-3. Last but not least, spell 4-1, spell 4-2, and spell 4-3. Okay. Fantastic. Now, so in the spell book, I wonder, this is just such a huge event, right? There's just so much code. I almost wonder if there's a good way to break these up. So like have this be the default. This is just the return. This is if you release left click, calls all of this. But you also have over on this page, if you release left click, this is buying and selling from the shop. It should be fine. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. So this is sending everything back to your bag if you are hovering over your bag or if you have nothing. So down here, shop slot, bag slot. There we go. Okay, so this is specific to the spell book. So adding dice to spell book. Okay. So if you release, you put it here. Spell slot damage, we are not going to add 1 to spell slot damage. What we're going to do is say spell slot 1 damage. We are going to need a script call for this, actually. That'll be much easier. So, script. Let's do, so spell slot 1 damage is 1061. So, let's do game variables.set value of 1061 to, we're going to add 3 different variables. So we need spell slot 1-1, 1-2, and 1-3. So we're setting the value of 1061 to the equal the value of game variables dot value. What was it? 3 something? 341. Got set it to 341. And then plus 341, 342, and plus 343. Okay, so yes, so set variables 1061 to equal 341 plus 342 plus 343. Close that. Do we have enough parentheses? So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. Parentheses always kill me, so just have to make sure the parentheses are good. All right. So with that, let's test that and make sure we're good. So spellbook, you are equal to 1. Yes. So in the shop, let's see if we can get some more fire spells. Dice. Fire dice. So if we put you here, you should be equal to 2. If I put you here, equal to 3. Okay. It's not really any different from how it was before, but I think that should be fine. Yeah. I think. So the only way we're really going to be able to test that is if we then implement and start testing all of this. So let's get that working. So in here, let's open this up, come over here, come back down here. So adding dice to spellbook. So this is fire dice. Let's do fire. I don't know, fire slot. Fire slot. 1, 1. Okay, so that is all of that. And then there's the else hat. Okay. We need to get rid of these from the else handler. It's fine, we'll just cut that. Of course, RPG Maker gets very buggy when you have this much stuff in one page. Let's actually put that over here. It's backed up code that we'll need to put back over here later, but we don't want it interacting with this specifically. So, down here, there we go. So from here, copy that, put that into else. This is the fire slot 1-2. All right. So there to there. So 284 to 168. 284 to 168. And then at the end, we want to take into account that is 356, 240. 356 and 240. Okay, this fire slot 1-2. Okay, so then here's where we need to switch this up. So it's not going to be 1061 anymore. This is going to be 342. So if 342 is equal to 0, so if there's nothing in the slot, or if what you've picked up is equal to 342. No. Because 18, I believe, is just the dice value. So we come up here to 18, this is just dice picked up. So we need to not only check if what you've picked up is the same value, but also we need to check if you are dice type, so 20. So 18 and 20. So we need to say if 342 is equal to 0, so if there's nothing in the slot, or if 18 is equal to 342, and crap. Means we need even more variables because we need to set... I almost feel like this is becoming more inefficient because I'm trying to salvage code. Should we just start this from scratch? I almost say we just start this from scratch and just say... Yeah. As much as it pains me to delete code. But this is just inefficient. It's extremely inefficient. I feel like we can make it more efficient. So we're going to do that. So starting from here, we will copy these same XY coordinates. We're going to say new conditional branch. You are in those XY coordinates. So this is the new one. This is now the fire slot 1-1. So what do we need to check and see? Well, I'm glad you asked. So first thing we need to check and see is 328. That's the first one, right? 328. 328. Nope. 341. What is 328? What is this? Oh, that's the XY. Of course. Okay, so 341 is the first one we need to check. So, in here, check and see, initial branch. So, this is if game variables dot value 348. So this is if this is spell slot 1-1 is equal to 0. So if it's empty, or we need to check and see if game variables dot value of 18. So this is the value of the dice you've picked up. Game variables 18 is greater than or equal to game variables dot value 341. Okay, so the slot either has to be empty, or what you've picked up has to be equal to what is in 1-1. And okay, so that's spell slot 1-1. Let's just add value. It has to be the same value. Just add those really quick. And then we need spell slot 1-1 type. So there's value, right? 1 through 20, that's the dice values. It's a d20. So if it's 1 through 20, that's the value. But then you need the dice type, because you've got fire, water, earth, and poison, spirit, necro. That's what we're going with. So we've got dice 1-2 type and 1-3 type. Let's just stick with those for now. We're not going to go through and create all the other variables, because if this doesn't work the way I'm thinking it should, then we won't need them. So 348. So if dice slot 1-1 is equal to 0, so if it's empty, or if what the value you've picked up is greater than or equal to the value there, and if game variables dot value of 20, so this is the dice type, is equal to game variables dot value of 354. Yes. That's just saying if the value is greater than or equal to, and if the type is equal to. So you can't be greater than or equal to it. You have to be specifically that type. You have to be fire, or you have to be earth, or water, whatever it is. The other thing, we need one more check. I think we would maybe put in these parentheses. I think we would, yeah. So we would say, and game variables dot value of, what was it, 341? 341? Or spell 1-1? Yes, 341. So if 341 is also less than 20. Yes, because if you're 20, we don't want you to work. So if any of these are met, that means you can place a dice here. And then if any of them... Am I saying that right? If any of these are true. So if you're equal to 0, you can place something here. Or if the stuff you've picked up is equal to what's in there in value, and if it's the same type, you can put it there. And you have to be less than 20. Yes, so long as the dice isn't maxed out, as long as the type is the same, and so long as the value is the same, or so long as it's empty, then you can go. Fantastic. So, if you can go, what do we need it to do? So we've already checked that, so we don't need that. So we're basically moving the picture. We do need that, so it moves it to that spot. Okay, and then so long as spell slot 1 damage is equal to dice picked up. That shouldn't matter, so we should just be able to, it moves the picture over there, it shows that picture. What was the purpose of this? If spell slot 1 damage, so 1061 is equal to dice picked up, then set spell slot 1 damage to equal spell slot dice picked up. We do need something like that, but we don't need that one. What we need is down here.
Thanks for the follow, Chemistry Nick.
Chemistry Nick, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Seems very similar. Chem Nick 20 and Chemistry Nick. Is that just happenstance, or are you the same person? Either way, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So we've got Chemistry Nick had some problems, had to create another account. Same person. That is totally fine. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all that trouble you went through just to create another account just because you had some problems. So, thank you. So where was... Wait, did we delete that? I think we deleted that code that we just wrote. Oh, wait, no, it's right here. Yes, so set variable 1061 to 341, 342, 342. Yes, okay. Which is what it should be. Because if it adds to it, then, yeah, all it's doing is just saying, set it to whatever any of these values are. Fantastic. Okay. So then we are showing this picture there. We're erasing 99. We're moving the picture, and then we're jumping to end. So we don't need these guys. Set in the else. Okay. So we will need this, though. Because this is the swap out, right? So this is basically saying if what you are currently holding is greater than that, then we're going to be swapping it, which is what we do want and need. So, to do that, let's see if we can do it any more efficiently. We're still moving the picture. Oh, well, we need this one first, actually. So let's do conditional branch if what you're holding, the dice picked up, actually, no, we need to do a script call for this too. So first thing we need to check is if game variables dot value. This is, so we need to check the type first. Yes. So if 354 is equal to 354 is equal to game variables dot value of 18. Nope, 20. 20 is the type. As long as you're the same type, and game variables dot value. Now, which one are we going to go for? 1, so 341. We're going to say if 18, so that's the value you have picked up, is greater than game variables dot value 341. So if what you're holding, yes, so this is basically saying, is the type that you're trying to place equal to what you're holding? And is what you're holding equal in value to that, or greater than in value to that slot? So, Chemistry Nick says, game will be free to play or not. I haven't decided yet. I guess it just kind of comes down to, at the end, I will kind of like try to determine the value of the game. If it's not free to play, at most it's going to be like a couple bucks on Steam. So, still trying to decide what it'll actually be. It's definitely grown into a much larger project than I originally anticipated. But I also know that since it's going to be my first game that I publish, it may be difficult to convince people to pay for it. So, we'll see. I might even just try and do something where like I'll put it for free and then just, you know, the credits somewhere or something like that. Just be like, hey, if you enjoyed it, you know, here's a PayPal link or something for if someone wants to like donate. Anyway, yeah, so still not 100% sure, so I don't want to say one way or the other, because I may just make it free, but I could also just be like, you know what, I've put a lot of work and effort into it, so 99 cents and it's yours. So I'll have to figure that out later. Falcon Forge Fantasy on YouTube, thank you so much for chatting. Started learning Python like 3 weeks ago. I know all languages are different, but it's my first dive, and I'm struggling big time. Ooh, yeah, Python. I have never dipped my toes in Python. I've really only focused on JavaScript and like HTML, CSS. I did use a little bit of C++ way back in the day, but yeah, Python. That is. I'm gonna take my hat off and hold it to my chest for you and just say good luck. I've heard that it's a really great language, but I believe in you. You got it. Make sure you're biting off small sections, though, just little chunks as you're going and learning. Are you doing a like a tutorial, like a walkthrough, or do you just have like are you doing an online course, an in-person class? What? How are you trying to learn Python? Okay, so yes, so 354 is equal to 20. So this is, yes, you'll be swapping. So, what do we need to do for the swap? Well, we still need to move the picture over there. It moves it over there. It will still... Are we going to... Oh, we didn't take that into account. Doing codecs and other free things. Want to jump into a camp next year? Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, there's so many great resources, especially for free online nowadays. It's incredible how well and how quickly you can jump into code and just start learning it from the basics and be able to get up to speed pretty quickly. And then, you know, being able to do a camp as well would be fantastic. So getting some type of, because yeah, most camps will give you like a certification afterwards as well. So yeah, being able to do a camp as well would be fantastic. So here's something I didn't think about. So it's setting the variables 1061 to equal 341, 342, 343. So we also then need to say, well, no. We actually don't need to take that into account because down here at the bottom, it then sets dice picked up and slot picked up to equal 0. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that. Never mind. I was worried for a second we would need to take that into account, but we don't. We just need to add to the variables. So how are we going to do that for this section here? So moves the picture 99. We then need to show picture. Nope, that is setting the variables. Which we need to do. We do need to do that. Actually, yeah, we should just be able to copy that. No, that's right. That's why we have this whole freaking crazy thing right here. Let's try and do this in a better way. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull up a notepad, and we are going to... So we're going to say 7 to 1061. And then it goes 1061 to 18. And then it goes 18 to 7. Yes. Yeah, that should be right. That should be right. Except for that we don't want... We're not doing 1061 anymore. We are now doing 341. So 341, 341. Because then in the end, we're setting 341 to 1061. Yes, that's right. So with that, all we need to do is say, let's create a new script here. We're basically going to take those 3 lines of code and just put it into a single line. So like this, we're going to game variables dot set value of 7 be game variables dot value 341. Yes. And then we should be able to, if we do that, go to the end, paste that, and then we're setting 341 to equal 18. Then at the end, we're setting 18 to equal 7. So that line does essentially what these 3 lines does. It's fantastic. And then we show picture. Yes. So we show pictures, move pictures, and then find empty slot. We do still need all of those. Okay. Find empty slot, and then at the end of this one, find empty slot. Yes. Okay. That should be good. So I think this should be a much smaller version. A bit smaller. A bit smaller. I feel like I'm missing something, and we will find out here in the next few seconds if I am. So let's just copy that. We won't cut it, we'll just copy it. Now here's the end, and then in the else here, paste that. Okay. Let's see what happens. Let us see what happens. So if we come over here, let's buy a few of these dice, actually. So experiment. Let's go to the spell book. So if I come in here, and I do that, it should merge, right? Or not. Or not. Trying to load picture 01. Okay. What did I get wrong? If you're here, if you're equal to, I feel like it's this, setting the actual variables. Well, yeah, because it's setting 1061 to all of those, but those are all equal to 0. But don't set the slot damage to 1. What we need to do is set these values. Well, yeah. So then slot 2-1, slot 3-1, slot 4-1. Then we also need to set the types. I don't know, I didn't think about that. So type 1-1 is equal to 1, because you're fire. Okay. And then, last but not least, control the variables, set... what was it? 1061? Set spell slot 1 damage to equal... Just because we don't have any others right now. Eventually we'll change this, but equal to that. Okay. And then same with here. So set spell slot 1 damage. Nope. Set that to spell slot 2 damage. Set spell slot 3 damage to equal spell 3-1. And then set spell 4-1. Okay, kind of weird, kind of all over the place, but I think that should fix that issue. Let's come in here. I'm gonna go to, well, let's buy all those. Let's go to the spell book. Okay, that should be equal to 1. Come in here. Still equal to 1. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, righty. Let's go to the dice. I think first things first, what we need to do is set variable. We're going to make 341 value equal picked up that's why I had okay. Oh jeez, that's why I had it the way that I had it. I was really hoping I could reduce the code. I guess I should have just trusted my past self and the way that I set it up. So the reason I had it set up the way that I did is because it needs to take into account a couple things. If it is the same... Yeah, so we need to have another else handler. This is just saying if the type of slot 1-1 is equal to 0, or if the value you've picked up is greater than or equal to the value of that slot, and if the type is equal to that, and if 341 is less than 20. Yes. So then in here we need to have one more conditional branch. And we need to say if game variables dot value of what would we need to check? We need to check if 18, what you have picked up, is greater than what's currently in the slot. So game variables dot value 341. So if what you have picked up is greater than 341, then we're going to set 341 to equal dice picked up. But if you're not, then spell slot 1-1 will just add 1. So if you're not greater than, that must mean you're equal to, so you're plus 1-1. Yes. Yeah. I think. We'll see. So let's grab a few of those. So if you come in here to the spell book, if you go like that, equal to 2 now. Fantastic. Come on, give me some good fire dice. 1. There we go. Okay, so let's buy all of these. Spell book. Okay, so if you're equal to 2, it should swap you out. It's just adding to it, which is not what we want. Yeah, that's not what we want. There's so many conditional branches with this thing. You need to check if you're the same value. You need to check if you're the same type. You need to check if you are swapping or adding or... Ooh, okay. Do we actually need to check if you are doing that, though? No. So this is if you are... There's just so many conditions here. So if you're equal to 0, so if you're empty, if you're greater than or equal to, and if the type is the same. Chemistry Nick says W. If you're meaning win, I appreciate it. If you're meaning something else, I will wait to hear what you mean. I know that once we get this, the ball will just start rolling and it'll be great. It's just this initial trying to figure out exactly what needs to happen that's just like hurts my head. Okay. And maybe I just have way too much going on. Do I just need to simplify all of this? Maybe? Maybe? Okay, let's do this. So right now it is adding. So it's doing this. That's true. Right? Because if we come in here... Of course it doesn't give me any fire. 2s. More 2s. And we'll go to the spellbook. Let's just buy all these. Let's merge the 2s, get a 3. So if I come in here and go like that... Okay, so it is setting it to a 3. That is correct. Will you make some achievements? Yes, I do also want to implement an achievement system. So there will be a quest system. So it'll be less generic once we actually build out the quests. You've got quests, things like exploring X amount of rooms, disarming traps. That is a lot of explore rooms in this example. Yeah, so quests, yeah, so killing monsters, gaining experience, traps, and things like that. But there also will be achievements where it's, yeah, where you're, you know, gain however many X amount of XP to get an achievement, or killing X amount of monsters to get an achievement, exploring rooms to get an achievement. I also do want to look and see, I don't know how I would do it, but I want to see if it's possible to also do Steam achievements. I don't know how I would tap into that. I'm sure you can. I mean, the whole engine's just running on JavaScript and JSON, so it should be possible. I've seen also other RPG Maker projects that do Steam achievements, so I'm sure there's a way. I would just need to figure it out. So, yeah, achievement systems, I would absolutely love to implement an achievement system, both in-game and hopefully through Steam. But it'll all be a learning process. So it is doing this. So 318, greater than, do that. But if you're not, then you're just adding 1. Then I think the issue is if you are swapping, then what we need to do is we need to copy this. Yes. And then put it over here. I think. I think that might actually be the only thing that we need. Let's get some fire dice in here. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. So if we do a 2, it's still not swapping out properly, though. Well, I think my code has now basically enlarged back to where it was before, which is what I was trying to avoid with all of this. So I'm thinking maybe we just come back over here and we just grab this and call it good. Because that is what we have right now, which is basically just, yeah, that. All right, never mind. Going back to the drawing board. We'll just stick with this. We know it works. So we'll go back to the dice pickup. Down over here. I'm going to go into here. Adding dice to spellbooks. Yeah, it's already the size that it was before. So, yeah, we're just going to stick with that. All right. So, adding dice to spellbook, we're going to call this one the fire slot 1-1. Pretty sure. Yes. Forzen Stunlock is asking, are you coding in Pygame Falcon Forge Fantasy? That is a great question. Are you? Okay, so we just need to adjust this stuff to actually be compatible with what we've got. So 1062 is the yes, but we're not going with 1062. We're going with 341. We just need to say if 341 is equal to 0, or if 18 is equal to 341. And then if 341 is greater than or equal to 0, and 341 is less than or equal to 20. Okay, I don't think we need that. So then we're moving picture to 364, 132. 364, 132. And then spell slot 2 damage. We're not checking that anymore. We want to do 341. 341 is equal to dice picked up. Then set 341 plus 1. If not, then set 341 to whatever dice picked up is. And then show picture 50 as dice 1 dash variables 341. Show it at 364 and 132. 5. And then we're going to erase picture 99 and then picture U 364. Crap, what was it? 132. Okay, then jump to end, and then else if 18 is greater than 341, and do 364, 132, and then spell swap variable is equal to 341. 341 is equal to dice picked up, and then dice picked up is equal to spell swap variable, and then 50 dice 1 dash 341. Show you at 364 and 132. Move picture number 99. Dice 1 dash 18 to 364, 132. Then move picture 50, 364, 132. Find empty slot, find empty slot. Okay. And then this is the else that we need. So let's cut that. We can delete this one. Let's not delete it yet. Because in here, yes, when you say, it already has an else. Okay, so we need to put you there. And then in here, let's copy that. And oh boy. We need one more else handler. If you're within that. And we cut you, put you there. Is this in the right else handler? You're equal to that. that has the else handler. That's right. You, cut you. This is the else handler it needs to go into, right? Else. Yes. In there. So then this can be cut and moved into here. Ooh, okay, if this works, it'll be good. It'll be a good day. We'll be fine. 5-1, 5-3. Okay, so basically, there to there is what's needed. It's a decent amount of code, but it's basically what we're getting to anyway. So, let's see if that works. Let's see if we can get some fire dice in here to test with. We did, okay. Okay, so if we do 1 to 1, it comes a 2. We do 3 to 2, comes a 3, swaps out the 2 over to there. Fantastic. I have the X incorrectly labeled though, but then you can't upgrade it from there, so that's good. We merge that and then do that. It should go up to 4. Awesome. Okay, so that all seems to be working correctly. Let's come down here. You're showing pictures, so 364, 132. 364, 132, 364, 132, 364, 132, 364, 132. I found it. It was off by 3 pixels. Happy days. Okay. Alright, so that should be good, I think. Now the only difference here is we need to swap out. So everywhere where it says dice 1 dash cannot be 1 dash. It can be for these first ones, but all the other ones after that can't. So we're just going to swap it out now. So this is dice plus game variables dot value plus dash plus that. So the game variables value 1 is the type. So 354. You are showing 354. Then all we're going to do is just copy this entire name. So from dice Olzive over here, I'm going to copy that. Then anywhere it says to show an image, we're going to all of that to there. We'll paste. And same thing here, except for that we need to change that to 18. Be easy enough. So it's changing this to 18 and 20. That's dice picked up. Yeah. That should be good. Should be. Let's see what happens. That should function the exact same as it did before. So spellbook, if we put this to a 2, swap out, give it a 1, that's a 2 now. We swap it out to a 3, that's now a 3. Okay, that's a merges to a 4. Perfect. And then it can't merge in. Awesome. So now the only other thing we need to do is bring back the this guy. We do need that. So after we do all of this fun stuff, well, it's actually just at the very end. At the end is when we're going to take care of this. So it's going to set 1061 to equal 341 plus 342 plus 343. Easy enough. We go to spellbook. Nope, go to the shop. Let's get some more fire dice. There we go. Spellbook. So if we go like this, that's now a 2. We do that. It's now a 3. Perfect. That is exactly what we want. Okay. Awesome. Well, it's a lot of code. So basically, all of this. We need all of that per slot. So we need this times 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Times 12. So we need 11 more code blocks like this. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm also realizing we're going to need to add to this as well. Because this is only taking into account backpack slots. Crap. That is so much code. I worry that I'm going to potentially cause issues for RPG Maker, because these event pages can only have so much code before it just doesn't let you put any more in there. It just goes, nope, you're done. You're maxed out. That should be all right. Should be all right. Okay, so here's the potential issue we now need to fix. So right now, I want it so you can't pick up the dice in here, right? These are the base dice. Those are the cornerstones of the spells. It's these, what is that? 8 that you can pick up and remove, right? Because I want people to be able to feel like they can experiment with the spells and figure out what kind of spells they want to create. So I'm going to need to make sure that if you pick up one of these dice and you move it, and if you don't put it anywhere specific, it'll snap back. But I think it's fine. I think that should be fine. Okay, so let's make that functional, actually. Let's make it so you can pick up the dice from here. So over here, in the pickup, we've got slots 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, 3. You've got the shop section. Let's add this. I think if we come all the way down to here, 4, 5, 3, then that should just end, which is exactly what we want, because we will come into this else handler. We're going to put that in there. I'm going to call this, it's not shop section, this is spell book section. Okay, so if 44, if 43 is on, so safe room spellbook is on. That means you're in the spellbook, and you can do all of this stuff. All right. Fantastic. That, we're going to say here to there. Pick that up. 284, 168, 284, and 168. I can't remember if this is just XY coordinates. Okay, so there is another variable that's going on, which is fine. We will just figure that out later. So if you are in this section, say 356, 240, 356, and 240. This is saying, and if variable 1081 is greater than 1, 3 is greater than that times 5. Okay, what are those? What am I looking at here? 1081. What is 1081? Shop slot 1. Okay. So if shop slot 1 is greater than 1. Okay, so basically we just need to say if 342 is greater than 1. So if there is something there, so if 341 is greater than 1, so if there is something in the slot, and then what is 3? Variable 3 is currency. Okay, so we don't need to worry about the currency, though. Yeah, we don't need to worry about that. So the end of this is basically saying, and if you have enough currency to buy this thing. We don't need that. We don't need any of that. It is just so long as there is something in the slot. Okay, so this is spell book 1-2. Yeah, so we don't need 1-1. We won't need 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, or 4-1. So picked up is going to equal 17. Dice picked up equal to shop slot 1. Yes, but we're going to equal you to 1-2. So this is if you're picking up from here. It's removing the dice, making your picked up value equal to whatever that dice was. Yes. So then dice type picked up is now equal to spell 1-2 type. And then 1-2 is equal to 0. 1-2 type is equal to 0. Control variables, set value 3. Okay, that's just changing the currency, so we don't need that. And then swap picture. This is going to be 51 with 99. 51 is quad out. And then turn on picked up. Okay. So that should now allow me to pick up something from there. Let's come in here and make it so I can drop something in there. Come all the way down here. And we're going to copy. Let's get this out of here, actually. Cut you down there. Back up over here and grab you to you. And then in the else handler, there. Got fire slot 1-2. So if you are equal to this X and Y, on. Come on, work with me. Okay, so if you are in that X and Y, minus that. Uh, 341. So 342. Yeah, we should just need to increment by 1. So 342 is equal to 0. Or if 18 is equal to 342, and then if 342 is greater than or equal to 0, and if 342 is less than or equal to 20, show 99, no, move picture number 99 to, great question, where are you moving to? You're moving to there. 320, 204, 320, 204, and then 341 is 342, 342, 342, oof, okay, you are 51, and this is dice plus 355, 355, dash 342, and then you are showing at 320, 204, all right, race 99, and then picture 51 is 20, 204, and then if 18 is greater than 342, pickup is greater than, then show move picture number 99 to 20, 204, two value, and then 51, go dice plus 355 plus dash plus 342, this is absolutely ridiculous, but if it works, I'm happy, 320, 204, and show picture number 99, dice 20 plus dash plus 18 at 320 and 204, and show 50 or move 51 to 320, 204, find empty slot, fantastic. Okay, you, we should be able to come down here and grab there to there, cut, and over here in the else handler, do that. Now, what we need to figure out is we need something like this. Backpack slot 5-3. We're going to say, so what is, so it's right here. There you are. 5-3. It's just moving the picture, doing all of that stuff. Okay, so then if we come down here, so we just need to say, would it just be right here? I think it'd be right here. So you would just be spell book 1-1. And then you would be spell book 1-2. Then all the way down here, and it jumps to a thing. And on the if or the else, 16. And then you are spellbook 1-1. Then 17. Spellbook 1-2. Let's see if that works. Save that. Here we go. Fingers crossed, everybody. Wow, that is a lot of fire dice. Okay, cool. Over to the spellbook. We should be able to add that to that. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, that's because... Okay, that makes sense. Unfortunately, but that makes sense. Knock, knock. Oh, hi. What are you up to? Are you eating some crackers? Want to say hi? Want to say hi, everybody? Oh, you want my water? It's kind of full. It's going to be a little heavy. There you go. Want me to drink my water? You just wanted to come down here and remind me to drink some water, huh? Is that what you're doing? Night night. Oh, those are my headphones. I love you.
What?
Yeah, is that Daddy's water? Drink? You want me to drink some water? Okay. All right, love you. Bye. Say night night to the kitty. Yeah, she is a sweetie. Oh, she's adorable and hilarious, and also a bit of a pill sometimes. Okay, I didn't take that into account. So right now we're using 50. So the image layers, I'm using 50, 51, 52, 53. We can't do that because we need 50, 51, 52, and then 53, 54, 55. That's fine. What we need to do then is come down. Ooh, crap, that's right. So when you click on... Oh, this safe room is getting so cluttered with different code and craziness and just... Blech. That's fine. It's all right. So 50... I think it just makes more sense to have the pictures go in sequential order for the different spellbook sections. So, it's 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61. Yes. That should be better. Now, I still think we're going to run into the variable issue, because if we come over here to Spellbook, I need to go back to the shop, buy a dice, because if we try to put something here, it still disappears. So it's grabbing the wrong variable? It's trying to grab dice 0-1. Okay, that also is an issue. I just realized. Because it's erasing pictures. Yeah, that through that. 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. So when you click on shop, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61. Okay, that'll erase all the pictures properly. Yeah, that should be good. There's a cat meowing like crazy over there. So, sorry. Chemistry Nick on Twitch says, wouldn't it be simpler to make the top row 50, 51, 52, 53, and bottom 52, 54 through 62? Yes. Well, yes and no. So the reason why I'm doing it this way is because I'm building out the spell book sequentially. So, and when I say sequentially, so I'm taking care of everything in one section first. So yeah, so it would go 51, 52, 53, And then this section, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, so I mean, either way works. I'm just doing it this way so that as I'm finishing out the fire spell slots, it's all in sequential order. So 50, 51, 52. Yeah, I mean, either way would work, and I kind of thought about maybe doing it just sequentially like that, but I don't know. For some reason in my head, it just seems to make more sense to go 50, 51, 52. I don't know why, but in my head, I'm like, yep, that makes sense. So, that's, yeah, I don't know. Either way would work, though. Okay, so it's trying to show 355. But, yes, that's right. So it does not have that type yet. Which makes sense. So when are we going to define the type of 355? We need to define the type before it gets here, because this is trying to show the picture. Well, either way, I think we should just be able to go right here. We're going to say control variables set the dice spell 1-2 to equal dice type picked up. We should just be able to do it right there, right before that. Come up here, do the same thing here. Not that we necessarily need it, but that way we're kind of working on the same... Well, we're doing the same thing every time, so I'm not going to confuse myself in the future as to why I did it differently. Okay, so there we go. Define that. Perfect. So if we come back over here, we should then be able to, if we get some more stuff in the shop. Good enough. 1 dice is fine. Like that. There we go. So the damage is 2, because you've got 2 dice in here, each with the value of 1. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Oh boy. All right. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to figure out the names. So right now it's saying fire, 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 because we've just defined some weird stuff, so let's hide everything. So right now, yes, so fire, fire, why does it have that split? Let me turn that full screen off so you can kind of see what I'm looking at. So this window right here, this is the HUD Maker plugin for RPG Maker. So I'm able to have text and numbers and images and bars and things like that on the screen. So I need to clone this just for my own. I do wish there are some things in HUD Maker that I wish were better. One of them is the layer management. It's like, it's just a list, and it just goes numerically based on the date it was created. So whichever one was created first goes to the very top, and then it just goes sequentially down, which can make it very difficult to find things when you start getting a ton of these, because if I hide everything, as you can see, there are a ton of HUD elements that I've created, and there's just going to be more and more as the game progresses. Anyway, so I try to keep things as organized as possible by just making sure that I create everything at the same time that I need. So with this section down here, so it goes top one, fire, 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 and then the damage. And then I would do the same thing under Geo, Necro, so on and so forth. So, with all of that explaining out of the way, so we got fire. We only want to show these. So if that switch is true, and if game variables dot value 341 is greater than 1. Nope. Greater than or equal to 1. We'll just say that. Yes. No. No, 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 no. This is only going to be if 343 is equal to or greater than 1. You're going to see why in a minute. So it's the positioning that I want to have be correct. So if we refresh that, that should now hide, right? the center one, we want you to show if 341 is greater than 1, which it is. And then this bottom one, we also want you to show, but only if 342 is equal to or greater than. So that way, we refresh that, buy a couple of these, and we go back to the spell book. It's just going to show fire centered. And then if we put something else here, it should then show the next name. Yeah. Actually, yes. That is true. Because the way we're going to do the the spells, is I could then put another one here, which I haven't built it out yet, so it won't actually work. But if I have a third one here, so it'll say it's fire, right? Or fireball. We'll figure out a spell name. So it'd be like fireball. And then if you have 2 fires in here, it'd be like like a longer title. So like, I don't know, giant fireball. And then if you have a third one in here, it'd be like huge, gigantic fireball or something. So it's building on the spell name depending on what element type you put in here. It's like, say, for example, if I were to... Oh, that's awkward. What the crap happened there? So if I go to spellbook, and I put that there, 1, 2, and we click on spellbook again, it's combining them. What? What is happening there? Shop, fire, shop. What? Okay, what if I buy one of those, and I go back to the spellbook, and I add you? Okay. Example, flame, fire, fireball. Exactly, yes. And the idea is you'll be able to combine elements as well. So like, if we were over here in the shop, and if we did like water, and if you were to add water to this, okay, so it doesn't freak out. If you were to add water, this would become something like flaming liquid, or insert spell name that has to do with fire and water. But it would start with the fire spell first. So it would be, something to do with fire. So flame, fire, something like that, and then plus water. So it wouldn't just be fire, water, but I'd want like a little bit more creative of a name that I'll need to come up with. But yeah, it would be like flaming water, for lack of a better example. But yeah, so you'd be able to like mix and match and have 2 different elemental types in your fire spell, if that makes sense. So what we would need to do is when you add to the fire spell, I'll need to change the name in a different spot, but this is showing it here. So then if you were to add a third, so like like an earth element here, it'd be fire, water, earth, insert creative spell name there, and so then it would show up fire, water, earth type thing. So that's how it's going to be functioning eventually. I just want to know what the crap is going on here. When I click on spellbook, it's adding that to that. What is making it do that though? It's over here. Okay, so we need to fix that. Let's come over here really quick. We're gonna say bug. Opening spellbook merges other dice / doesn't show other slots. Okay, so let's fix that. So first of all, what we need to do. So if 1061, we don't want that anymore. We're going to say if 341 is greater than or equal to 1, And if 341 is less than or equal to 20, then we're going to say show picture 50. This is no longer going to be dice 1 dash. It's going to be dice plus game variables dot value of, this is 354. So show that plus 354. Oh my good freaking heavens. 354 plus dash plus not 1061 anymore, but 341. Go to that spot. Okay, there we go. That should be correct. And then we need to duplicate that. So show if 342 is greater than or equal to 1 and 342 is less than or equal to 20, then show picture 51 dice plus 355 plus dash plus 342. Okay. There we go. Okay, yes. I'm now realizing why it seemed to be merging the dice, and it's because when you put another dice down... When you put another dice down here, it's increasing the damage. And then it was showing the image here based on the damage, not based on what it was before. Okay, that was a weird one. That was my bad, though. I built all of this out originally with other stuff in mind. So, 50 plus that plus dash plus that. Okay. Said it's missing. Did I erase something? Show. Is it up here? 341. 341. Okay. Show picture 50 dice plus game variables dot value 354 plus dash plus game variables dot value 341. Okay. So with this one, I'm just gonna get rid of that and see what happens. Missing parenthesis after argument list. What did I break? What if we get rid of all of those? It must have been something that I edited in that first one, right? Okay, yes. Just making sure we've got all the parentheses we need. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 0. What? All right. Where have I gone wrong? 1, 2, 1. All of those are working, right? Like if I cut these two. Yeah. So something with the ones that I just edited. What have I done? I feel like I'm missing. I've got to be missing just some. Oh, I see it now. So I'm doing dice plus variable plus dash, and then I didn't do plus. I see it now. I know that's on me, but it's just, it's those little things. It's those little things in JavaScript that I'm just like, if you made a name for every combination, so like fire, water, fire is different from fire, water, you'll have to come up with 84 different names. That is true. I will have to come up with a lot of names. But I'm also kind of excited to come up with all those different names. I also think it'd be fun to include everybody else, everybody in the chat, on Twitch, on YouTube. If there's any fun elemental names we wanted to create. My wife is also extremely excited to join in as well. She's a huge D&D fan, and so she loves doing, fun and creative stuff like that, coming up with different names. So she's excited to also come up with some names. So if anyone has any names they would like to come up with any combination of these spells, feel free to drop those. Because, it'll be a little bit of work to try and get all of them figured out. Because, like you said, it's going to be 84 names. It will be a lot. But another kind of thing that I'm wanting to do with this, so one, I want it so that people can, have fun and, experiment and figure out what the names are. But it may also play into the achievement system, which will be, discovering all fire spells, discovering all water spells, all earth spells, all necro spells, and then also just discovering all 84 spells. So that's kind of the thought that I have behind it. So it will be a lot. It'll be a big piece to bite off, but I think it'll be fun. So I don't know. I might be singing a different tune later when I'm trying to come up with spell names and it's just not working. But we'll see what happens. Okay, so if I do this, I come over to the spell book, I add you there. Okay, so we've now got 1 plus 2 is 3. I click spell book. Vi. 50, 51. .341 is greater than or equal to 1. 341, 342, 342. All right, so let's come in here and check this. I just want to make sure I'm setting the variables correctly, which they should be. So if I come in here to spellbook, we go down and check 341. So spell 1 value is 1. Spell 1 type is 1. Okay, that is correct. That is absolutely 100% correct. Let's come over. Let's grab a 2. Then spellbook. Come over here and drop that. We come in here. So then spell 1-3. No, 1-2 is now a 2, which is correct. And type 1-2 is equal to 3, correct. If we come over here to shop, 1-3, 1-2. Come over here to spellbook. 1-2, 1-3. So why is it not showing? Oh my good freaking heavens. It is showing correctly, but it is showing image 51 over image 52. That is why. I'm so stupid. 320, 204. I'm an idiot. All right, you are going to show at 320, 204. I was wondering why the game wasn't throwing up some type of error, being like, we're trying to show an image, but it just doesn't exist. That's because it was existing, it just... There we go. I am so stupid. That's okay. It is what it is. It happens. It happens. So, the last thing we should need to do now is... So you should also be able to take away... Crap, can't. Why not? Why not? Let's come down over here to dice. Chemistry Nick says, gotta go to sleep. Good night. Have a good night, Chemistry Nick. Glad you could be here. It was nice chatting with you. Hopefully we see you again in some future live streams. It's fun to have you here. So, but yeah, sleep well. Hopefully you can get some good sleep. Is the dice move? This is what we need to focus on. So down here, shop slots, spellbook section. Aha, that would be why. Okay, so let's come over here to the release for spellbook. We already have the X and Y. It's 5-3, 1-1, 1-2. Let's grab that. And then down, down, down. Here. To here. 1, 2. So let's just replace all of you. Kind of wondering if I just like delete all of this going down and I just build off of it. Like copying this and building off of it. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's come down here because I think we have some else handler. We do not. Back up here. Got 1, 1. So let's just delete. No. That should be correct. Spell slot picked up equals 17. Dice picked up 18 is equal to 342. 355. Yeah. 51, 51, dice picked up. Okay. That should work. So we grab a dice, come over here to the spell book, put that in there, pick it up. Okay. Alright, let's see then. Oh, do I just have the else handler not correct here at the end? 341. Yes, I think you need to be 342, because 341 is spell value 1, 1. We need to spell value 1, 2. Okay, that should be better. We buy that, go to the spell book, put it in there, bam, we should be able to take it out. No, still not. 342, right? 342 is equal to 1. Okay, and you are checking if you're in there, and if 342 is greater than or equal to 1, then you should be able to pick it up. Swap 51 with 99. 51. Alright. We're doing something wrong here. What are we doing wrong here? Show 51, which it does. Okay. Dice pick up. Safe room spellbook is on. And you're in. Am I in the wrong? I think I'm in the wrong XY values. I think that's the problem. No, that should be right. Right? 328. 284. Yeah. Yeah, you should be if you are within. $284, $168. $284, $168, and $356, $240. $356, $240. And if 342 is greater than or equal to 0. Alright. Let's do the good old classic flash screen. See if we're even getting inside of that else handler. Come over here. Spellbook. Right there. Okay, so we're not even getting inside this else handler then. It's because A is still on? I think that might be. Turns off A on this one, but it doesn't turn off A on this one. We were not getting back to the original page. So come over here, spellbook, you, bam, and then if we try and do that. What is F? Okay. Why? Why can I not figure this out? Turn off A. What? So turn on picked up. If picked up is on, random number 2 equals 5. Turn on A. If A is on, all of that stuff, okay. And then turn on released. Picked up and self switch A. Released, and spellbook is on. You should just need to turn off A, picked up, and released. A, picked up, released, 0, 0, 0. So I guess let's check 912, see if that's equal to 0. What it should be is if we come over here, we go spellbook. 912 should be at 0, I believe, right now. Yes, you're at 0. So if I click you, you're equal to 1, to 0. Okay. So something is not turning that off. Dice move just turns on picked up. What if, before we do any of that, let's just comment that out. So we should be able to come over here to spellbook, and it's not flashing. Alright, well then let's not just comment it out, let's just get rid of it entirely. It should just be, we click here. Okay, now I'm really confused. Okay, so if touch input is pressed, put you out of there. Okay, I have broken something in here. What have I broken? 1 is greater than or equal to that. If 2 is greater than or equal to that. If 1 is greater than or less than or equal to that. And if 2 is less than or equal to that. Okay, well, I am at a loss. I do not know why this is happening. Let's just start with a fresh there. And we will do, you are 284, 168, 284, 168. There's always got to be some kind of roadblock. you are 356 and 240. 356, 240. Okay. And then it should flash the screen. Why? What? Why? Released and spellbook is on, it goes there. Released and safe room. Picked up. I do not get... I don't get why. You're within those coordinates. I'm just going to cut that. We're going to put it all the way up here at the top. Bam. There we go. Now you should literally have nothing else interfering with you. Okay, yes, there we go. Okay, so it's working there. Oh, wait. So if we come down here, else, if safe room shop is on, I think I found it. So that's if, yes, so if safe room shop is on. So I think we need this to be in the same else then. So if safe room shop is on, you're going to do all of that. But if you are not, so within this else, so I think we go there. I think. Let's give it a try and see. Yep. All right. Just forget rid of the you. Get rid of you. Okay, there's a weird one. Oh, that's why. So we also need to check and see. And if game variables dot value 352? Is that what it was? 342. 342 is greater than 0. Yes. So don't do any of this if you're not greater than 0. Okay. So we come over here to spellbook. We can click that. Nothing's going to happen. Okay, but if we go like that, there we go. We should be able to pick that up. Why? Why? What is breaking it again? Wait, did I do 352? I did. Okay, that was my bad. I'm just so up in arms right now that I'm like, it's got to be the engine. Something's going on with the engine. So we buy one of those, go to the spell book. Nothing happens, but we come over here. We can drag and drop that. We can pick that up, put it in there. Yes. Okay, there we go. Now here's one thing we need to do though, and that is when we pick that up, it needs to actually check sooner. So I think we should just be able to come down here and grab that guy. And then when you pick up from here, so it sets all of that, and then we should be able to paste that there. So I think that should remove any and all of that stuff. So spellbook, nope, shop, let's buy one of those, spellbook. So we drop you there, pick you up, drop you, pick you up, drop you, pick you up, drop you. Okay, so when we pick it up, it removes it from the slot, gets rid of the damage, and then if we put it again, then adds the damage. Awesome. Perfect. Okay. Falcon Forge Fantasy, you still around? It's okay if you're not. It's all right. Just figured I'd check and see. I think Force and Stunblock and I are both curious about what you're using for coding. All right. So I think at this point we should be good. So we buy one of those, go into the spell book, we add you. We've added the dice. You're a 2 and a 1, a 3. If you go back to the shop, come back over here. A 2 and a 1, 3 damage. We can swap that out. Now it's a 3 and a 1. Come back over to the shop. Buy more of those. Come back over here. Take you out. Put you in. Go back to the shop. Spell book. Okay. That is working now. Finally. Fantastic. Whew. Okay. Awesome. So, what do we need to do now? We're going to say we need one more thing down here, though. Jesse the Fish. Welcome, Jesse. Welcome back. This looks cool. Yeah, it's coming along slowly but surely. We're working on the spell book, trying to get that working. There have been a lot of roadblocks today, but we're finally making it. So we should be able to now. You can upgrade the base spell of your fire spell, and then you should now be able to add a second element to your spell. It hasn't changed the name yet; it still just says fire. But it'll now do 3 + 4 damage, so 7 damage anytime you draw a red card. And then you can now also remove the extra element that you've added, so you should be able to swap out your spells, switch them up. You know, if you know you're going to be going and fighting, I don't know, a fire monster, you'd want to add some, maybe you'd add some water to your fire spells and do a little bit extra damage to your fire enemies. So, still very much a work in progress, but it is coming along. It is coming along. So at this point, we are now going to see if we can get kind of working, and this is where we need to come in here. And we're going to say, in this section, when you pick it up and you do that, we're also going to game switches dot set value or switch. Interesting idea, says Jesse the Fish. Yeah, it's I don't know. I think it'll be kind of fun. So you can kind of like mix and match and like discover new spells based on elements that you mix together. So you can only add up to 3 elements per spell, and you also cannot swap out the cornerstone or foundational element. So the ones on the top here, so you'd have fire. Well, actually, no, we renamed them. So I forgot. So we've got Pyro, Geo, Necro, and Hydro. So those are set in stone. You cannot remove these. You can only upgrade them. And then these are the ones that you can swap out. So you can have, you can do fire, water. You can do fire, water, or Pyro, Hydro, and Geo, or Pyro, Necro, and Geo, and kind of come up with different spells. So we'll see if it works out. I mean, it's something that if it doesn't work out, we'll scrap it, which would suck. But for now, I think we're going to go with this. Now we're going to turn on switch 56. The reason for this, 56 to true. So the reason we're turning on switch 56, let's also actually come over here, down at the very bottom when it's also doing that, we need to also turn on switch 56 to true. Will spells only be elemental? Yes? Not sure I 100% understand your question, but yeah, so you'll have, so there's the 4 elements for the spells that you will have, and so starting out you will just have a plain Pyro spell, a plain Geo spell, Necro spell, and a Hydro spell. They'll just be level 1, and so when you draw these dice, because the battle system works like Blackjack, and so as you're drawing cards, they will basically be using those spells. And so if you're upgrading your Pyro spell, anytime you draw a red card that's linked to your Pyro spell, it will do X amount of damage. So it will do 1 damage, or 20, or up to 60 damage. And it will also, we haven't built this out yet, but there will be elemental strengths and weaknesses to monsters. So if you're fighting something that is a fire something, so like a fire slime, a fire imp, or a water slime, a skeleton would be strong against necro. And so if you have if you're drawing spells that have necro in them, it will do a negative to your damage. So you'll want to make sure that you're mixing and matching correctly, so you're not just, dumping a whole bunch of random, like if you're doing a fire and a necro in your pyro spell, and then if you go up against a skeleton, any of the necro damage will work as a negative against the pyro damage, is how I'm envisioning it in my head. We'll see if that actually pans out that way, but that's kind of how I'm seeing it in my head. So you'll need to like mix and match and experiment with different spells, or you could just leave your pyro as 100% pyro. And so for every time you draw this, it is just doing pyro damage. And you could get this up to, doing 60 pyro damage. But if you're coming across an enemy, like say something that's not necessarily strong or weak against pyro, then it'll just do 60 damage across the board. So I'm also kind of thinking about maybe instead of it being like if something has a strength against fire, it's not necessarily going to completely cancel out any other damage, but it will reduce it by like 50%. So, if you were going to be doing 4 damage, you would be doing 2 instead. And then vice versa, if it's something that's weak against fire and you were going to be doing 4 damage, it would then be doing 6 damage. So that's the thought, but we'll see what happens. So for now, let's see if we can work this out. So it's turning on variable 56. So if we come over here, so new event, naming spells. So if the switch spellbook is on, and if 56, which is rename spells, is on. Force and Sunlock says, what about spells that can put special effects on enemies, such as silencing spells, etc., or only elements? Okay, so that's what you mean. I don't think I'm gonna do anything like silencing spells. Anything that would add an effect, like even adding like a burning effect. I don't know if I'm going to implement that in this game. Mostly because, so what I've added right now is probably already too much. But I keep having all these ideas that I'm like, I want to add this, I want to change this, I want to implement this. But I am trying to keep this as simple as possible. So even this whole spell thing may even be too much for the direction that I'm wanting the game to go in. But it's something that I'm like, I don't know, I feel like it would be fun. There's actually someone over on Twitch, and I can't remember who it was, but last week they had mentioned they were asking about the elements and all that fun stuff. And they were like, well, is there going to be any way to, merge and combine these elements? And I was like, I don't know, maybe. But I just kind of wrote it off. I was like, no, maybe, but probably not. And then I was thinking about it after the stream, and I was like, actually, that could be kind of fun. Because if you're collecting the dice throughout the dungeon and you are merging them together to upgrade these spells, I'm like, that's fun and all, but I'm like, it could be interesting and maybe fun to be able to merge the dice into the spells and create different types of spells. To kind of play into like the strengths and the weaknesses of the different monsters in the dungeons. So that's kind of why I started implementing it, because I was like, I could see it maybe being fun. So we may go through all of this and get to the end and we'll be like, you know what? It's too confusing of a system to add to this type of game, and we'll just scrap the whole thing maybe, or make it so you can't actually merge the different elements, but you would still maintain this, but you would add different, like extra pyro dice to level up. I don't know. We'll see. But as far as statuses, so like silent status, poison status, burning status, frozen, sleep, stuff like that, I don't think I'm going to add that. I like the idea though. I do like that idea. I just don't think it's going to work in this game the way I've built it. So with its current foundation, it probably wouldn't work very well. But maybe in a different game of mine, I may implement something. So, this event here, that's a great question, though. I do appreciate that question, so thank you. So with this one, this is going to be what is renaming the spells. So let's do that really quick. So let's just get a base example. So first, conditional branch variable. If spell 1/1 type is equal to 1, and we were going to say change player. How do we have this again? Let's double check on that really quick. I'm going to turn off full screen. We're going to move this over here. Let's go to the spell book. F12, HUD maker, show. So hide everything else. Okay, so this one is the nickname. Okay, so the center one is nickname. So I believe it goes 1, 2, and 3. So that would make sense. This is the top line, center line, bottom line. And the reason why we have to do it in this weird way is because HUD maker does not allow for multiple lines of text. It is one line for one value. So nickname. Yeah, so it kind of sucks because we have to like break it up and it's going to look really confusing, but once we get it working, it will all work just fine. So if we refresh this, go back to the spell book. Nope. If we save this and go back to the spell book, yes, 2, fire, so that's the nickname. Okay, perfect. And then if we were to go to the shop, we'll buy a dice, come back over here to the spell book, put you in there, 3, fire, awesome. Okay, so this is going to be a lot of nested else if handlers and all that fun stuff, but it's going to work well if we get it working right. So if spell 1/1 type is equal to 1, then we're going to change to name, nickname, and profile. So nickname for fire is going to become we'll just say it's going to be fireball. There we go. Okay, then at the end, we will change switches, turn off, rename spells. There we go. So we come in here and we pull this up and we go to spellbook. Why is it still 2 fire? It should be nickname, right? There, fire, 11, nickname. Oh, it's because we haven't freaking turned that on. Okay. We didn't turn on the switch. That's why it didn't work. So let's just do this. If you click on spellbook button, just really quickly turn on rename spells, just to make sure that it's like refreshing the spell names, so it's all good to go. So come in here, spellbook, there we go, fireball, awesome, fantastic. Let's put that a little bit earlier though, just so that it does it before anything else. I think that should work. Spellbook. Yeah, you still kind of see it flash. It should be fine for now. We'll polish it later. For now, it's fine. So spellbook, this is now fireball. Awesome. Fantastic. So then if we come in here, so fireball. So if you're equal to 1/1, and then also in here, if spell 1-2 is equal to 1, then we would say something like rename. So you got nickname, and then we would have profile, fire, fireball. Whoops. Fireball. Then we would name this something like, I don't know, giant fireball. This is just to kind of see if it actually works correctly. So let's buy that. So we've got fireball. And if we add this, it is now giant fireball. Okay. Simple enough. Kind of was a little buggy there with the lag, but that's all right. So giant fireball. Okay. then if we were to say something like, if 1, 2 is equal to 2, then it'd be something like flaming boulder. Sure, flaming boulder. So if we buy Geo, go to the spell book, it's Fireball. It is now Flaming Boulder. All right, there we go. So then, for example, if there's 1, 2 were to be equal to 3, then it'd be Flaming Death. I don't know. Come over here, we buy that. Come over here, bada bing. Oh, I think I changed it so that 3 is now water. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so then flaming liquid, I guess we could say. And then 4 is flaming death. Yeah, there we go. So let's buy some of that. Buy one of those. Spellbook, put that in there. Flaming liquid, take that out. Now it's just Fireball. Put that in there. It's now flaming death. Dun dun dun. Okay, cool. So that's kind of how we would do the spellbook. We would just, and we'll need to figure out a way to make it update a little bit faster than that, because it is a little slow. It takes us a little bit, which is not ideal. So we would make it go a little bit faster. Eventually, we would fix that. But that is how we will name the spells. So as you put in the different elements, you'd have Giant Fireball, Flaming Death, Flaming Boulder, Flaming Liquid, and we would just replace those with X, Y, and Z. Yeah, I think that'll work well. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it works. It technically gets the job done, so it would just run through a whole bunch. And when I say a whole bunch, kind of like Chemistry Nick over on Twitch pointed out, that if we do something like this, we would have 84 different names. And we would have 84 different names. So it would be a lot. It would be so much. But I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be exciting. Maybe. We'll see. So for now, it gets the job done. It kind of gives you the idea of what it would look like if you have all these different elements and you combine them over here. Renames the spells: Flaming Death, Fireball, Flaming Boulder, Flaming Liquid, so on and so forth. You should be able to still swap those out, add those. Can I still merge them? Yes, I still can merge them. Flaming Death does 5 damage. So, I don't know. I think that'll work well. I hope. So, now that we have all of that figured out, that was an absolute nightmare, but we got to work it. We got to work it. So, what we need to do now is just make it so you can at least finish out. Let's just finish out the Pyro spell for now. We'll finish that out. We'll see what we can do, and we'll call it good. So that should be as easy as just we copy paste that, and we need to find the X and Y coordinates for this dice. So let's do that. We are within here, which is 372, 168, 372, and 168. And if we do there to there is 444 and 240. So 444 and 240. And if 242, which is 243, is greater than 0, this is spellbook 1-3. Okay, and then picked up is now equal to 18. Dice picked up is now equal to spell 1-3. Dice type is now equal to 1-3 type. 1-3 value is equal to 0. 1-3 type is equal to 0. And then set value 1061. Yes, so set 1061 to 341, 342, and 343. And set 56 to true. And then swap picture number 52. 52 is quadric out, and then turn on picked up. All right, and then it runs through all of this, which is exactly what we need it to do. And then we go to Safe Room Spellbook. Down here. Okay. we cut that down here at the bottom. There's way too much that goes into this. But it should be all right. Okay, so adding dice to spellbook, you. Oh, that's so much. Okay, then in the else handler, we will paste that, come back down here, we will grab that to that, you, in the else handler, put you. All right. So you are adding dice to spellbook 1-1. 1-2. Hold up. Okay, all right. I'm an idiot. So, we already had 1-1. We already had 1-2. And now I have copied 1-1 again and 1-2. Okay, that's fine. That is okay. We can get rid of this. 1-1. We just need to grab 1-2 there to there, which should then grab all of that, which means we should be able to cut that, come up here, delete that, put that there. There we go. Whew. All right, so it wasn't as much code as I was fearing. Still is a lot, but okay. 1-3, so you are in this area, which is 372, 168, 372, and 168. And if you are in this area, which is 444 and 240, 4 and 240. Okay, so if you're in there, and if 343 is equal to 0, oops, 343 is equal to 0, and if 18 is equal to 343, then also if 343 is greater than or equal to 0, and if 343 is less than or equal to 20, this is spellbook 1-3. And let's find out where we need to show this image. You are 408, 204. 408, 204. Okay, so then spell 1-2 type, so spell 1-3 type. And then if 1-3 type is equal to pick up, then we'll do 1-3 value plus 1. If 1-3 value dice picked up. There we go. Okay. And then we've got 52 dice plus 356 plus dash plus 343. And show you at you are 408 and 204. 99, and then move picture. Crap, what was it? 408. 408, 204, end. And then if 18 is greater than 343, 408, 204, then we swap, so spell swap 1-3 value. Then 1-3 value is equal to that, and then that is equal to that. There we go. Show picture 52, dice plus 356 plus dash plus 343. Show you at 408. Then show picture 99, dice plus 20 plus dash plus 18 at 8. And 52, 408. Find an empty slot. Yes, go. You're labeled 1-3. Okay. And down here, if you are equal to 18. Yes, 18? Is it 18? You set to 17, you set to 18. Okay, so if you're equal to 18, you were slot 1-, whatever. Okay, there we go. So if we test play this, let's see what happens. I should be able to buy 2 different dice, go to the spell book, and drop that one in there. Yes. And then we'll drop this one in there. There we go. You're now 1 + 2 + 3, which is 6. Perfect. And if we take you out, you're still flaming liquid. Now that's another thing we're going to have to take into account. If someone puts something here... okay. Crap. Well, here's what we can do. We can do 2 different things. 1, we will either have to account for... So right now we could have 84 names, I believe. Let's pull out a calculator. And let's figure this. So, we've got 4 different spells. Let's pull this up. So, right now, we have 4 different spells, right? So that is 4... And each one can have 3 different combinations. 4 times 3 is 12. And then 12 times 4... Whoops. 12 times 4 is 48. Nope, that's not right. Because it's 4 to the power of 3. Right? No, even that's not right. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? Because if you can have... Oh, that's right. Because it's more than just 4. Because you can do... You can fill this with 3 different fire slots, and it'll be a different name every single time. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, no, that's right. Because each spell could have 4 different possible combinations. 1. Okay, I know that I figured this last time, so it's fine. I know we've got 84 times 3. So 252. So we could potentially run into 252 different else handlers that we would have to account for in here. Because right now this is only accounting for if there's something in 1, it changes the name to Fireball. If there's something in 1 and 2, then it changes it to this. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And then this is saying... Actually, it's not going to be that bad, actually. So we basically just need to take these 4 and then say if 1-3 type is 1, then you're not going to change the profile. You're changing the name. Change name. No. You're still just the description. Because you're still just 2 names, or 2 lines of name. You're still just 1-3, 1-3, 1-3, 1-3. And then, this is where we then need to say, if 2, so if 1-1 and 1-2 is equal to 1, and then if we say, if 1-3 so these would be in the else handler. So if 1-1 is equal to 1, just do that. Set that to fireball. If 1, 2 is also equal to 1, do that. But then if 1, 3 is also equal to 1 within 1, 2, then we're going to say change name of fire to flaming. So if you are 1, 2, 3, that means you are fire, geo, and water. So you would be... Well, no, because this is 1, 1, 1. So you'd be... I don't know, just for example, if we did giant... Giant flaming fireball. I think that should be right. Let's find out. So if we were to do, of course there's only one. There we go. We buy these, we come in here. So you're just a fireball. We add you to you, you should be... What do you mean you're 1 fire? Alright, this might not actually work exactly how I was thinking, and we may need to change that a bit. Okay. There's got to be a better way to do this. There's got to be a better way. We're going to figure it out, but there's got to be a better way. For now. Should I just not... Because right now I'm trying to make sure that these stay centered. Right? So you've got 3 lines of text that we can utilize. So if you just have 1 dice, I want to just use this. If you've got 2 dice, I want to use that. And if you've got 3, I'm going to use all of that. But it's basically having to shift whatever he is here up to here up to here, and then here goes there. I know that doesn't really make much sense. That's how we're going to do the naming conventions. It's mostly just to help with spacing and all of that stuff. So. That's why. Okay. The reason why it's not working correctly is because I'm showing HUD elements based off of variables. Okay, so let's do this, actually. If we go to intro map, I know I've got some JavaScript to take into account. Previous, next, no. We need keyboard, typing animation, typing. Yes, there we go. So we need to say, maybe we just need to put it in the notes. We just say fire, well, pyro, then we get rid of these guys. Geo, get rid of those guys. Hydro. And Necro. Now the reason why I need to have all of these empty is because we need to say, maybe we'll also do classes as well just to help. But anyway, so 11. 11 we need to check. So if we come in here, it should still fireball. Okay, good. Let's come in here and we're going to... Let's go to the shop, buy a couple dice, spell book, we'll put those in there. Okay. And then, if we hide everything, so, flaming, boulder, text. Okay, so you are not going to be based off of if variable 43, well, You are. So if variable 43 is equal to true, and we're no longer saying if game variables 343 is greater than 1, we're going to say if game actors dot actor 11, their name length is greater than 0. I believe that should be what we want. Then it's going to hide, which is what we want, and then boulder, we're going to place that. If 11's, is it nickname? Nickname. So if the player's nickname is greater than 0, refresh. No, crap, no, you are nickname. Okay, if nickname, I'm also just now realizing I have this full screen so you can't see what I'm doing. If nickname is greater than 0, refresh. Huh? I think the issue might be it's the actor. Starting party actor crap. We're gonna do this. We're going to do that. HUD maker. Let's come down here. So we've got quests. Quest 1. No, that's right. Game actors. Okay. Text. So this one. Game actors. Actor 11. Game actors dot actor 11. Name. Okay. So then you, nickname, and then you are profile. Profile is greater than 0. Refresh. Okay, so if I come over here to spellbook, it's still showing nothing. Even though it should be saying, yeah, fireball. So game actors dot actor 11 nickname. And this is and game actors dot actor 11 nickname length is greater than 0. Oh wait, that's less than. Oh my freaking. I swear I'm not an idiot. But that was a pretty stupid thing to miss. Not less than, greater than. Okay, now if we full screen this, jeez, I am so stupid. And then if we come in here and go like that, spellbook, we add you, so your fireball, giant, and then giant. What is happening? Giant, huh? Fireball. Giant fireball. You shouldn't be giant fireball anymore. Okay, well that is okay. I realized that one. So we need to not only be setting the names, so you are setting the nickname of them, but then you also need to be setting, so control name, set you to be nothing, and set profile of that person to be nothing. Okay, and that sets name, nickname, profile. Okay, so name, nickname, profile. Name, nickname, profile. So nickname for this one would be giant, and then profile would be fireball. Okay. And this is nickname and profile again. So nickname would be flaming and boulder. flaming liquid. Flaming death. And this is giant fireball. This is flaming boulder. I know, it's not fun to look at, but it's necessary. Because this will give us a good groundwork for knowing what we can do with the names. Flaming death. Okay, so this should now allow me to... Let's get more dice. Let's see if we can get one of every kind. Come on, shop, be good to me. Okay, one of you, one of you, one of you, one of you. All right, so come over here to the spellbook. We should be able to do, so it should just be fireball, which it is. And if we add you to you, you are now giant. Fireball. Giant. Okay, well that's not how we want it to be. But if we do you, flaming. Nope. Why? Giant. Gonna check in here really quick. It's only showing the one, but it should be showing giant and fireball. This is if 11's... Oh my gosh. What is happening here? I'll show you what I'm doing, but like it's weird. So on this one, it's if gameactors.actor. I accidentally replaced length with profile. Okay, so this one is if gameactorsActor.nickname length is greater than 0. So that means we need to come over here. We just need to replace all of that with that. And we need to say profile.length is greater than 0. Refresh. There we go. Oof, that was terrible. Okay, there we go. Now it says giant fireball, fireball, giant fireball, giant fireball. Okay, we come over here. We've got flaming boulder, flaming boulder, flaming death, flaming death, flaming liquid, flaming liquid. And if we add this, we've got giant fireball, flaming death. I guess we haven't taken into account if you have 3 yet, though. But everything else seems to be working. So giant fireball, giant fireball. I'm gonna come over to the shop and do that one. Spellbook. I think we only did this one. So giant fireball. Okay, so we didn't do that one yet. That's fine. I thought we had giant flaming fireball. This should be if type 1 is equal to 1, and if 1 2 is equal to 1, and 1 3 is equal to 1. Nickname, name, nickname, profile. So maybe we can't have the order of operations like this. So we need to cut you and put you there. So if 1 2 So if spell 1-1 type is equal to 1, just set the name to fireball. If spell 1-2 type is equal to 1 within 1, then set it to giant fireball. And then if spell 1-3 is equal to 1, giant flaming fireball. I think that should be right. Then we just need to nest a bunch of stuff. So, going to the spell books, you got fireball, giant fireball, giant fireball, 1-1, name, nickname, profile, giant flaming fireball. And then if 1-2 is equal to 2, which it shouldn't be, 2 is equal to 3, 4. Okay, so I think I also then need to have this here. So if 1-3 is equal to 1, actually, I don't think we would need to have... No, we would need to have those. Yeah. So then 1-3 is equal to 1. Then if 1-2 is also equal to 1, then we would do giant flaming fireball. Very convoluted, and I'm sure there's a better way to do it. And we will maybe figure that out eventually. But for now, we're just going to do fireball, giant flaming fireball, giant fireball, fireball, giant fireball, giant flaming fireball. Whew, okay. That is very... It's not great. It's not very beautiful. But I think with that, we should be able to say, if you're then in here, you would be giant flaming boulder. No. Crap. No, that wouldn't be right. Because if you're 1-1-1, you are a giant flaming fireball. If you're just 1-1, you're a giant fireball. But if you are 1-2-1, then you'd be a flaming boulder of flame. Okay, so that would be 1-2-1. Correct? 1-2, flaming boulder, giant fireball. Yeah, there's got to be. I'm going to find a better way to do this, but this kind of gives you the general idea of what it will look like eventually. I think what I need to do now is under if dice 1-3 is equal to 1, 1-3 is equal to 2, and then I would need to under here say if 1-2 is equal to 2. See, this is what I was worried about. Because if we've got 84 different names, that's fine. But if you can mix and match and switch around to like change the names, that'll be, yeah, what was it, like 250 something different names? Because every time you branch, you multiply it by 4. Yeah, that's not going to work well. That is not going to work well. This will not be something that we can actually stick with. Yeah, nope. Nope. There are so many variables that we would have to account for. So that means each one of these sections would have to account for 84 names, and then times that by 2. times it by 3. Sorry, that's, yeah, times it by 3. So, yeah, 84 times 3, so 252 names. Which would mean we would have to do that 252 times, accounting for every single different shift in how you have the elements in your spell book. Oh, yeah, that would not work well. That would be a lot of manual naming to go through. So we're going to figure out a different way to do that. Yeah. But how would we? That is the question. How would we do that? Let's get rid of everything else up to that point. If you are equal to 1, just do that. If that is also equal to 1, do that. If that is also equal to 1, do that. But then we would need to say, if you are equal to 2, which is Earth, then you'd be... Let's not get into the names. Let's just do Pyro. If it's equal to that, then it's Pyro. If equal to that, then it is Pyro. But if it is that, then it is Pyro, Geo. Pyro, Necro. Pyro, Hydro. Yes. And then basically we would just need to copy that and then say this one. If that is equal to 2, then you would be Pyro, Geo. Pyro, Geo, Pyro. Pyro, Geo, Pyro, Geo, Necro. Pyro, Geo, Hydro. So maybe if I just go with this, it shouldn't be that bad. You're 3, then you are Pyro, Necro. Pyro, Necro, Hydra. Pyro, Necro, Geo. Pyro, Necro, Pyro, Necro, Hydro. And then this should be the last one there. So this is if you are equal to 4, then you are Pyro, Hydro. Pyro, Hydro, Geo, Pyro, Hydro, Necro, Hydro. So I think, and don't quote me on this, but I think that should account for all of the... Yeah, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That should account for all of those. So that is if you're putting the dice in this slot and this slot. But now we need to take into account if you're just putting in this slot and this slot. Because if you go this slot, this slot, this slot, it doesn't matter because it's just going to go you. Okay, so then let's let's actually copy paste that. So this is if slot 1, 2 is equal to 0. Because if it's equal to 0, then we're going to say pyro nothing. But then if 1, 3 is equal to 1, then we're going to do nothing pyro pyro. You are nothing pyro geo. You are nothing pyro necro. Nothing pyro hydro. I think, and again, do not quote me on this, I think that's what we should need for that first one. And then we basically copy that and just update. But we're going to see. We're going to see. So let's see if we can get all the dice spawns. Yes, one of each. Okay, so if we come over here to the spell book. Pyro. You are Pyro Pyro. Okay. You are Pyro Geo. Pyro Hydro. Pyro Necro. Ugh, okay. We're faced with a crossroads here. So basically the way that I've been building it is it has gone fire, earth, poison, water. Well, the way I'm building this, yeah, let's just stick with that. We're gonna stick with Pyro, Geo, Necro, and Hydro. So how are we going to fix that? Well, we need to say down here, first of all, we need to say where is that? Where is that variable? 1061. That's what we're looking for. We got slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, slot 4. Okay. Oh, there was a place where I renamed all the spells. I thought so. It's like the Hydro, Pyro, all that stuff. Rooms. Spells. I think maybe I overwrote it because I was like, I'm not going to actually set the names. Level quests. Room traps. Puzzle piece. Layout section. Player progress, card 1, spell slot 1 damage, spell slot 2, spell slot 3, spell slot 4. Okay, so I must have gotten rid of all of that. So that's fine. So we just need to say, when you click here, you just need to say if you are equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Very low flying airplane just now. It's weird because we don't have a airport by where we live. That's weird. There's a lot of farmland though, but it's winter, so no one be. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so we're currently just showing the wrong dice. Yes. Yes? Is that what's going on? Spell 1, 1 value with 1, 1, 1, 1. Spell slot 1 damage equals spell slot 1, 2, 3, 4. It's because I'm not setting the types correctly. I think it's because I'm not setting the types correctly. Yeah, so I think we need to do spell 1, 1 type. 354. 350. Then spell. That's right. Okay. Yep. Spell 2, 1, 2, 2, and 2, 3. So we're setting 2, 1 to be 2. And spell 3-1. 3-2 and 3-3. And then spell 4-1. 4-2 and 4-3. Okay, so then set spell 3-1 type to 3 and 4-1 type to 4. And then we're going to show these pictures as dice 1, dice 2. Okay, that's dice 1, 1. You are going to be that. Copy that. Skyrim dubstep. Yeah, some Skyrim lo-fi. It's I don't know. I feel like the lo-fi genre helps me focus and think. So I try to go with things without lyrics or anything like that, just to kind of help keep me in the right headspace. So you are. Oh, that could also be a problem. So you're showing. Oh, well, that is also a problem. Show dice plus 355. So you would be 357, right? Oh my gosh. 2-1. So yeah, so 357 and 344. 357 and 344. Yes. Yeah, if you've never listened to Bits and Hits, they do a whole bunch of lo-fi for different games. So that's mostly all the music that I play. Yeah, it's like this is some Legend of Zelda lo-fi. Turn it up for you. I like it. It's very relaxing. I don't know, helps me focus. So 360 and 348. So 360 and 348. Okay, that's right. You played some Skyrim today? Man, I have not played. Well, okay, I was gonna say I haven't played Skyrim in forever. That's not true. I tried modding Skyrim like a month ago because I found like this pack that was supposed to have like it was like 3,500 mods, but they were all like pre-configured, and it was like these are all tested, working with each other. So just download this pack and it'll be good to go. And I was like, sweet. And they advertise it. They're like, it's a one-click download. You go to Nexus Mods, it downloads all of them, it'll install all of them, it'll be great. I'm like, absolutely fantastic. So I went to it, and it's only a one-click mod if you are a subscriber to Nexus Mods. And I was like, I am not going to spend the time downloading 3,500 mods and ordering them all. So I'm like, nope. It was something like 250 gig of mods. I was willing to do it because it was everything, like every single texture, sound, it like just redid everything visually. And I was like, that sounds amazing. But I was not about to go do that. So I didn't actually play Skyrim. I spent a couple of hours thinking that I would just install them all manually. Yeah, I got to like mod 300 and it was a couple hours later, and I'm like, if I have to do another like 20, like what was it? Actually, no, it was like another 3,200 mods. Like, I can't do this. It's not worth it. So we started a new playthrough today. Nice. Yeah, I need to actually play that game again because it is really good. I surprisingly have very few hours in it for how much I thought that I had played that game. Because yeah, I did not play Skyrim until it had been out for like a year. So yeah, because it came out in 2011, and I started playing it in September of 2012. And yeah, absolutely love it. Let's see, 60, 61, 62, 63, 48, 49, 50, 51. Yeah, absolutely love that game, but I need to play it more. Yeah, you need premium for mod packs. Blackjack is better than the Nexus collections. Yeah, I'm very green to the modding scene, so I don't know all the best places. I just know that any mods that I see, like feature videos of on YouTube, they're always like, oh, here's a link to Nexus mods. So I'd always use Nexus mods, but yeah, if they've made it very much to the point where if you are not a premium subscriber to their website, it's garbage. So like it's fine, but manually downloading every single mod, absolutely terrible. Okay, so that should fix that, I hope. Spellbook. Did not. All right, well, I thought it would fix it. Hold up now. 53. So 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63. Why did I do... It should be 363. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? 363. And then 351. So that's 48, 49, 50, 51. Okay, yes. I just got that first one wrong for some reason. Spellbook. Okay. So the types are still technically kind of out of order. I think, though, all I should need to do is come in here. We'll go to the dice. Ooh! I say all we need to do. We would have to redeem 40 dice. Ooh, okay. Well, let's do it. So Stunlocked, what character did you create? Like, what's your class? All right, so let's do this. We're gonna cut that. We're gonna create a new folder. Go in there. We're gonna come out here, and we're going to rename all of these. So this is 3-1, 3-2, 3-3. I'm going to turn up the music for this because it's going to get a little boring. Oh, Stealth Archer, huh? I like it. I feel like every time I do play, I always tell myself I'm going to do something different, and then I'm always a mage. So, actually, that's not true. I did do a Stealth Archer build once, the first time I started playing Skyrim VR, and that is a blast. Yeah, playing Archer in VR for Skyrim is so much fun. Highly recommended. If I feel like most computers that can play Skyrim should be able to play Skyrim VR as well. And even if you don't have a VR headset and you just want to go like super cheap, I would recommend just getting the original Quest. Like, you can find those things for super cheap nowadays. It still works fine. I just have a Quest and it works beautifully. Yeah, playing Skyrim in VR, so much fun. Highly, highly recommend it. And yeah, and you can always just get a Quest. I'm sure you could pick one up for probably like $50 to $100 now. So they've gotten pretty cheap. You do have to have the link cable to connect it to your computer, but I think I'll restart as a two-handed player, preferably melee. Usually, yeah, melee is a lot of fun. Getting gets too easy when being an archer, I feel. Well, I feel like it's that way with basically any of the classes. You can really get crazy OP if you build your class correctly. Never tried it in VR, but it looks very fun. Yeah, VR, especially if you are a two-hand, like if you're a melee in VR, super broken. Because there's no such thing as like cooldown time for your attacks. So you could literally just get the strongest weapon in the game, just get like the strongest sword, and if you just hold it out and go like this, every single time it goes through them, registers as a hit. So you can just sit there and just like wave your hand like that, and it just goes crazy. So just know that the combat is a little broken because you can just wiggle your sword like that, and since, you know, there's no weight behind it, you can just wiggle it like it's nothing and do crazy amounts of damage. But it's still fun. Okay, so that should now, if we come in here, fix that to where if we come into the spell book, there we go. That is all fixed. I think, and I hope, that will also fix everything in the naming convention as well. Let's see if we can get, there we go, one of each. Come over here, so we've got Pyro, 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 Hydro, Pyro, Hydro. You gotta double check. Pyro, Pyro, okay. Pyro, Geo, Pyro, Geo, Pyro, Necro, Pyro, Necro. And then, if we do Pyro, Hydro, Pyro, Hydro, Necro, Pyro, Hydro, Geo, Pyro, Hydro, Pyro. That's that one. We go Pyro, Necro, Pyro, Necro, Pyro, Pyro, Necro, Geo, and Pyro, Necro, Hydro. I can't remember the first one we checked. We already checked Geo. Pyro, Geo, Pyro, Pyro, Geo, Hydro, Pyro, Geo, Necro. I think that was all of them. I think that was all, and I think that is working. Let's try, though, really quick. Let's see if we can get some good dice spawns. Sure, let's try out that and that. Okay, so we should be able to do Pyro, Hydro, Pyro, Hydro, Pyro, Necro, Pyro, Necro. Okay, let's get spawn with 2 of these, and 2 more of those. So Pyro, 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 Geo, Geo. Okay, I think that should be every possible naming convention for this. I think. I hope. Pretty sure. So I think that should be confirmed. The naming is good. Yeah. Pretty sure. Pyro, Geo, Hydro. Yeah, I mean, I'll just have to keep my eye on it and make sure that nothing... Ooh, the merging even works with that, where like if these are over here and I merge them together. Oh, that's beautiful. That's not beautiful though. Why did that not work? Spellbook. Okay, give me some fire dice. I just want to test this. Thank you. Spellbook. We come over here. Yes. Let's say we put a 2 there. We go 3. Okay. Okay. Okay, there we go. That should be better. So spellbook. So if we put a 1 there, and we merge into a 2. Why is that not working correctly? Wow, it really does not like to give me a lot of dice. Okay, there we go. So 3 to there, and if we do this... Okay, so the merging here is not working correctly. Let's find out why that is. Let's check and see if it's happening in both spots, though. Just want to make sure. 1, 1, 2, 2 spell books. We put a 2 there and a 2 here. Okay. So it's working in this spot then, just not just not the second spot. It's alright, we can figure that out then. Okay, so hopefully that should be an easy enough fix then. I was worried that it was broken in both spots, which would mean it was just broken altogether. So if we come over here, safe room, spellbook, come all the way down to here, what we're gonna do... Fire slot 1, 3. So 1, 2. Pickup is greater than. We don't want the greater than, we want the merged. Spell 1-2 type equals that. Spell 1-2 type equals that. And then if 1-3 is equal to dice picked up. So 1-2 value. This needs to be 1-3 value. Not type. We're checking for value. Yes. Okay. All right. That makes more sense. So then, if we could do this and go like this and go like this. There we go. Now the merging is working correctly. Okay. Woo. And we sweating. Spellbook. You merge. Hey, can I get more fire dice, please, so I can merge more? Okay, we already knew this one was working. That goes to a 4. And that. Spellbook in there. Merge. Perfect. And it even replaces it. Sweet. Okay. Whew. I was really worried that I broke something really big there. But yes, you can still merge within. Fantastic. Incredible. It really does not like giving me... There we go. Alright, I just have to point it out that it doesn't like giving me pyro dice. We merge that, merge that, merge that. Put that there, put that there. Look at that! Level 10 pyro. Pyro, pyro, pyro. So at this point, as far as balancing goes, that does kind of disincentivize people from merging in the beginning. It would make more sense to just spread it all out, because you can go with 1, 1, 1 and do 3 damage. But if you had... Come on, there we go. Because right here I could do up to 5 damage. Right? But if we merge that, that should still be 5. So, okay, alright. Never mind, so that doesn't incentivize that. Spellbook. 3, 5. Well, yes, to a point. Because if I merge that... Okay, I don't know where my brain is going. For some reason, I was thinking it would disincentivize. But it's not. It's not. You and you are 6. 7. Okay. Ooh, sorry. I thought that the balancing potential would be very broken with that. So if we take that out, you're now doing 8. Fantastic. And you're now a Pyro Necro Geo spell. Woo! Oh, okay. Well, that was so much fun. That was an absolute nightmare. I have to say. Ooh, absolute nightmare. But we got it working. We now can merge and mix and match everything in here. So fantastic. You can now make a Pyro Necro spell or a Pyro Necro Geo spell. And yeah, so you can mix and match, add all sorts of different things. We also now technically have the naming conventions working. So Pyro Necro Geo, or if you take this out, then it's just a Pyro Necro. That's just Pyro. Now it's a Pyro Necro Necro. So we have all of that working, so we can name the spells as we want, depending on how it is. Yeah. Oof. What a freaking day. What an absolute freaking day. That was so exciting. So let's come over here. Let's see if we actually even... Oop, nope, we want to close that. Let's see if we can even say that we knocked anything off the list. So we had the bug that we fixed. Bug, opening spellbook merges, other dice. Okay, we fixed that. Make new spellbook function. We're going to break this into smaller sections. So we're going to say new spellbook pyro functionality. And then we're going to copy that. Whoop, paste. No, what? Okay, there we go. Whew. I fat-fingered Control-C and V and then Control-C at the same time, and I thought that I had... Well, I did. I copied nothing to my clipboard. Ugh. Okay, add card. Pyro Geo functionality. New spellbook. Necro. Necro functionality. And last but not least, Hydro functionality. Okay, so we did the Pyro. Let's move this up to there, move that up to there, and that up to there. Okay, so we got Geo, Necro, and Hydro that we need to do tomorrow, but a lot of that is just going to be copying and pasting the same code that we've worked out, so that'll be fantastic. Yes. Yeah. So that'll be good. Shouldn't be too bad, mostly just copying and pasting code. Not the end of the world. Not exactly exciting, but not the end of the world. Okay, so we can say that's done, and then when these three are done, we can call that good, and then the new spellbook will be functional. Yes. I feel like there was another bug that we worked on today. Oh, yes. Bug. It was Necro and Hydro visuals don't function properly. We fixed that bug where, yes, it was not showing, it had them swapped. And that's just because of like the naming convention that I had. It was going to be originally, it was fire, earth, poison, water. And that's how I had it. Or no, water, poison. But then I switched it in terms of the game, and then it wasn't switched properly. But I didn't really see the bug when I swapped that internally, because it was just general damage, so it wasn't anything specific. But now that we have things specific, yeah. Now I saw the bug. We fixed the bug. It was fantastic. Okay. Yes. Make dice area. Okay, that'll be another bug that we work on tomorrow. So, yes, today did absolutely fantastic stuff, fixed a few bugs, and made it so in the new spellbook, the pyro functionality is actually functional. So that works great. So you can come in here, go to the spellbook, and you can swap that out. You can merge it. You can merge another one. Great. You can add more. So you've got pyro, pyro, pyro. Awesome. Fantastic. Makes me happy. Makes me happy to see. And then you can remove those, and there you go. Now you've just got pyro. All right. So yeah, so tomorrow we'll basically just be copying all of that same functionality and making it work in the Geo, Necro, and Hydro elements. Should I also add make spells name change? Sure. We'll just call that good. Well, let's be a little bit more professional sounding. So, spellbook name changes. We'll do pyro. So we finished pyro. We can archive this guy. Can I just delete it? So you have to archive something first before you can delete it. That is stupid functionality. Trello, you are great, but also terrible. All right, Geo, let's throw that up there. So Geo functionality, and then name changes Geo. And we've got Necro. So I'm going to make sure we do the name changes as we do the spellbook changes. So we'll do the Geo functionality, and then the Geo names. The Necro functionality, the Necro names. The Hydro functionality, and then the Hydro names. All right. So yeah, so tomorrow will be an even bigger day because we will basically be able to tick this, and this, and this off, at least. So, it's gonna be great. Anyway, yeah, so with that, I think we're gonna call it a day, but thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. If anyone's got any thoughts, opinions, or anything like that, always feel free to let me know either in the comments if you're on YouTube or in the chat while I'm live. I am always open to suggestions and comments. So, and apparently I need a little bit more monster because I am tired. What a day. Anyway, well, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your days, evenings, wherever you may be in the world, and whatever time of day it may be for you. So, again, I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you so much. I will see you all tomorrow at the normal time, 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, whatever that translates to, wherever you are. But yeah, same time, same place, all that good stuff. And yeah, I will see you all then. Until then, farewell, and yeah. Okay, bye.